අහර්මන් කුඩේරු රෝතම හොලනේ එම්මෙන් කොම්වි
මිහාර zaman badal vilje ei ekudin ulen beenum wagoi
ज़मानायको इता कमे बदलुव ಮುಂದಾಯಿರುವೆಸ್ ಬೈಂಗ್ ಆದತ ಜಮಾಂತ ಕತ್ತೆಮಿಗೆಂದೆ ಕೋಬತ್ತಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನ್ ನಕಿ
Good evening, guys. Welcome back to Dhiraagu Supersonic by Glitch Gaming. Meeting you tonight is Aksam as your host, and we've got Munis on commentary. And is that Yube? I didn't recognize you because you weren't yawning. Yube as our analyst joining as well.
Yeah, you went sleeping though.
Yeah, guys. I mean, we've come to a point where we're really comfortable in our roles and also comfortable with you guys because, you know, we've had so much fun together, right? Not just us three, not just the technical team, but all of our... Where did Monis go?
Right here. I'm good.
I thought there was a little bit of a lag on the side. Yeah, so we've had a lot of fun because we've already reached day number
18.
We've come to day number 18, and it has been a hell of a ride. But let's look back and say thank you to the people who made this ride possible. First of all, there's Mandu Mus with the Mandu Mus case every night for a lucky draw winner. And secondly, we've got Pizza Bono with the free pizza as well for a lucky draw winner. And then Print Lab now, they have been providing us with the printing options that has made this stream look professional, and eLife with the MVP sponsor, a prize for the MVP of this tourney, and then Gizmo with all the gadgets and, well, Gizmo that's making this a possibility for us. And finally, last but not least, we've got Dhiraagu to thank for the connection that they have provided us as well. Thank you so much as our title sponsor. So tonight we are about to see the knockout stages reach a boiling point. All right, we're going to be starting off with 2 lower bracket matches. Do you get what I mean? No, you don't? Okay. I'll let Yube explain to you what the upper brackets and the lower brackets and what all of this is supposed to be like, what the whole shape of this is.
So once the teams go into the knockout stage in the gauntlet, they have like 2 lives. So if a team loses one match, they go into the lower brackets where they get to play against the other teams that go into the lower bracket and hopefully like go into the finals against the upper bracket. So currently the teams in the lower bracket are EVG, CAPALOT, and Storm.
So it's basically like these guys have one more chance to still be in the tournament even if they lose in the knockout stage once, right?
Yeah, these are the team that has lost their 1 life from the 2 they have. So if they lose any more matches, they'll be out completely.
All right, compared to other games in this tourney, you don't get that 1 mushroom that's going to give you a 1-up, guys. You start off with that 1 life. We are now on this level of realism where once you get kicked out, you're out. But as you saw in that, we had 8 teams who had joined us in the knockout stages after going through quite a grueling group stage as well. The teams that did not go through a grueling group stage have been kicked out though. That's the funny part. Like, we've had teams that seemed like they were having a breeze of making it through all the way the group stage, CC Vector. And then they had come to face quite a challenge here at the knockout stages, making us come to this reality check that things have gotten really serious. Why are things so serious? Well, could have a little something to do with the prize pool that we have. We've got 20,000 rupiah in the pot, with the first place team getting 10k, third place getting 3k, and then second place with 7k. Yes, I kind of switched it around, if you caught that. But then again, what's really, really interesting is the MVP prize that you get as well. Now, the MVP is only going to be selected from the final match, not the overall MVP. I'm sorry, Trezo. Like, you've got the maximum MVPs so far. I mean, you've done really well so far. Anybody who's been watching this stream would know, but this is what you get: a 32-inch smart Android TV from eLife. Hopefully, the person who wins this would have a better gaming experience, and we would see them use this in the following tourneys as well. Tonight's matches, however, have two lower bracket matches, like I said. Let's look at the match schedule as it stands. As you can see, for the second match, on the right side, you have a winner from match one. You see, what happens is EVG is going to be playing against CAPALOT. CAPALOT, who had already defeated EVG earlier, have managed to win against them, have been pushed down by the Baguettes last night. And now they are on their one life left. And Storm, who had managed to kind of power their way through the group stages, kicking out Switch Tactics, and then meeting up with Vector, kicking them out as well, meeting their match when they met Juice, and now their one life is spent, and they're down in the lower bracket. Now Storm will be playing against whoever wins between EVG and CAPALOT. The match that we are all biting our nails for is the brunch, as I described last night. Juice, and Le Baguettes. This is a match that is on the upper bracket. Both of these teams have 2 lives, and one of them is going to lose it tonight. All right, and this match is special because in the semifinals now, we're playing best out of 7, not best out of 5, which means we're going to see a lot of longer matches, a lot of changes in tactics and plays, and hopefully a lot of fun as well. And talking about fun, guys, I mentioned that we've got a free muscle case and a free pizza as well, right? Well, it's actually up for grabs. Whoever is watching this anywhere you are, like on YouTube, Facebook, or even Twitch, feel free to type GG in the chat, and you will be part of the lucky draw raffle, and you stand a chance at winning a free muscle case, assorted muscle by the way, or a free pizza from Pizza Bona. 2 winners every night. Okay, so spam GG as well, but we're adding something extra into the whole interaction between our viewers. We are going to be running a few polls as well, so keep your eyes peeled. We'll be voting for random stuff such as not so random, which is which teams do you think is going to win tonight. So before we discuss tonight's matches any more, let's look at the highlights from the night before. Don't look at me. They got it right this time. This was day 17, thankfully.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, right. It's yesterday's highlights. My bad. I was laughing because I was like, hey, it's day 18 though. Joke's on me, I guess.
That wasn't what I was thinking. But okay. Yeah, that was last night's highlights, and you could see the matches that we saw were not what we expected. Especially, I will mention this. The Baguettes match wasn't exactly the caliber that I expected it either, and that's what I love about this game. Like, you could see such consistency in some teams, and suddenly, somehow, things just unravel, and that was sort of what happened last night. Tonight, though, the first match, though, is between EBG and CAPALOT. What are your predictions for this match? I will give you 20 seconds. Mooney, go.
First one, right? So far, I've really loved watching EVG play. I think that CAPALOT is also a fantastic team, that they were able to really come close to beating the Baguettes, right? Really just putting them through their paces. So I think that EVG is going to be in a really, like, facing a really tough challenge. But I'm hoping to see them overcome it.
All right. What about you, Yube?
Well, I'd like to see a CAPALOT win, so I'd say, well, honestly, like, both teams, from both of them, I feel like CAPALOT has a slight advantage compared to EVG due to it being, a sub team from 13, which is already a good team. Not saying EVG is not, but I want to see them win, and I want to see them take on Storm. So yeah.
Well, the advantage here we have tonight is that whichever team wins that match, we're going to be pitting them against Storm as well. So I don't know if it's an advantage for whoever wins to go up against a Hurricane like that. So
frying pan to fire,
how much time
right?
do we have for the match now? I think we've got about a few more minutes until the match, and I would like to remind everyone, type GG in the chat. That's how we get things rolling. We're really glad to have everyone here joining us tonight too. We had a lot of viewers on the first night, and it kind of like balanced out for a bit. But last night, I felt like everyone kind of had that moment realizing that things were getting serious, that this was where the real skill, the real deal was coming into play, right? And I'm hoping to see that go higher and higher as it goes, because tomorrow night is the last night for us, isn't it? Tomorrow night's been the last night. Yeah. No, I think we've got one more night. No, tomorrow night's the last night.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it is. 20 nights was counted with the break time as well. So tomorrow night is actually the last. I'm gonna miss you guys.
Same.
What?
But hey, we made it to the final, y'all. Isn't that something?
Yeah, we made it to the final, right? Yes, I'm glad.
Yeah, we've been here since day one, and we haven't been knocked out yet. But I was knocked out one night.
That's pretty good.
Okay, you know what?
I cannot believe how many good games we've seen so far to come to this point, though. Like, what a privilege, Hats off to every player who's taken part.
Guys. Let's add one more game to that list. I will see you guys in a bit.
All right, I'm super excited and hyped for it. So, well, looks like it's our turn now, Yube. Just to remind everybody, this is day 18 of Dhiraagu Supersonic, and we're about to see EVG play against CAPALOT, right? And we've seen these teams play multiple times. We know them as well. So, Yube, what are your thoughts going in? You said that you think CAPALOT have a slight advantage over it. Where does this advantage come from? Is it mechanical or tactics or what?
Well, I feel like CAPALOT as a team has a better positioning and aerial tactics than EVG, but again, EVG got that raw mechanical skill when it comes to, outplaying the opponent and, like going for these, I'd say not direct balls, but a little bit more creative on them. So that's why I feel like advantage goes to EVG, but then again, CAPALOT with a positioning advantage is gonna bring a huge difference in a game this important now.
Absolutely, and another thing that I kind of want to point out is that EVG so far when we play, one of the more notable things about them is the fact that they tend to have one man staying behind while the other two kind of rotate up in the front, right? Like, they don't always do this, but they have done this quite a few times. So I'm wondering whether this sort of strategy will work against a team like CAPALOT, because it might end up being a bit of a liability. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. We will know after the first match and how it goes. But we'll see if the pressure gets to either team.
Yo, and that being said, not to interrupt you, but 5 minutes on the clock, we have kicked off, and in 7 seconds we have had our first attack on goal. Like, I don't even think that we have the chance to blink. But anyway, yes, I'm totally with you as well. I think this first game should tell us a lot about the general flow of this match, you know? What kind of tactics are they going to use? Who's going to get the bigger advantage? Who's playing more aggressively? So let's take a look at what's going on here. So far, as I mentioned before, 7 seconds in, we've had our first attack, but it didn't go in. Very, very good opportunity there for EVG, but unfortunately, it didn't quite go in. But now we're seeing a pretty even back and forth. I don't think that there has been any significant attacks after that point. Maybe both teams are still trying to feel each other out. Trezzo now shooting towards the goal. Nicely defended by CAPALOT. Doesn't seem like it's too difficult. And also a really nice clear by Kane. Intercepted by Killen, who usually plays the role of the third man, kind of like the silent backbone of EVG. But it's good to see him taking things up to the front and being a little bit more aggressive as well. Yalan now with a great opportunity. Oh, what a save by Trezzo. That was pretty, like, nice shooting, I think, but Trezzo was somehow in the right place at the right time. I don't think he even moved to stop that shot.
There's a lot of back and forth from both teams, but EVG, when they go on the offense, it's really like they have the advantage because Trezzo and Nizo really good with the 1-2 combos.
Absolutely. You can kind of tell that these guys have... Oh, hey, pause, let's put that aside. Killen, the underrated player that we were just talking about, scores the first goal. Shows us what we know. Well done, Killen, player 1. That was a beautiful goal as well, at least I think so. What do you think, Yube?
Well, it was a really standard goal, but I like how they found that tight angle and then dunked it in.
Yeah, like, from so far away, didn't even bother with the setup. I feel like CAPALOT kind of wasn't expecting that one, so that's kind of how it got in. And hey, look at that! Nyclo's like, you know what, we can score goals too! And just a couple of seconds later, 3 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock, and here we go. What about this one?
And the free jump from Nyclo was really expected. I feel like they are communicating really well and kind of pushing EVG back now because they don't want to make EVG too comfortable.
For sure. I think that EVG isn't able to show their full potential when they're very much on the defensive. I feel like this is more of an offensive kind of team, right? So maybe that's what CAPALOT might be going for, to keep the ball on their side, to boost stuff them perhaps, just to make sure that they're always defending. Oh, what a great opportunity! For EVG, that is. Nizo now making another sort of attempt at the goal, but it could also be a setup for absolutely nobody, I guess. Yalan now taking the ball forward. Trezzo tries to take it, but he gets blown up, and his Yalan's teammates kind of clear the ball, send it back to him. He's now trying to grab the boost there. Nyclo intercepts EVG's attempts to clear the ball, and now they're trying to clear it again. Nizo taking the ball forward towards the goal, off the backboard, and nice attack by Killen, but that was also pretty well intercepted by CAPALOT. I think their defense is pretty good. But anyway, oh, that was a whiff for Nizo. He was trying to control the ball while it was in the air, but I don't think he quite got the contact that he wanted. Another attack coming in. A demolition, smoke all over the screen. Maybe it's pretty hard for the player to see what's going on too. Anyway, Kane now taking the ball to the CAPALOT side of the pitch very slowly, interestingly enough, but he did grab the boost, so that could come back to haunt EVG soon. But anyway, Trezzo now trying to send the ball forward. Yeah, they didn't really let the other team attack the backboard to set something up, which I think is really good. Ever since you started talking to us about how that can be a really effective tactic, I'm now realizing how many setups that these teams make actually do rely on the backboard being open, right? So it seems like a really good idea, at least on high-level play, to make sure that these guys can't bounce balls off it so easily. What do you think about it, Yube?
I feel like teams are getting more like used to the fact that
what a save!
Standard stuff they need to know in top tier level. So every team's really clean with their rotations now. Like it's very seamless. Like every team's just going good at, like they're getting good.
Oh my goodness, what? Is this a goal? And yes it is! CAPALOT, after that spectacular near miss, comes and turns things around with the second goal. 1 minute, 1 second left, right? And so we're still going to keep counting down. And now the score is CAPALOT 2, EVG 1. Looks like EVG is in a little bit of trouble. So let's talk about what they got to do right now. What do you think that they should focus on to kind of turn things around for themselves?
Well, EVG so far has shown better offense, but when it comes to like shot accuracy, they don't really have it. And CAPALOT, they make sure like every opportunity they get a goal in.
Yes, it is only very rarely through luck that their goals, that shots that are on target that aren't defended don't go in, right? I know that seems like a confusing sentence, so let me rephrase that. It seems like only through luck that their shots on target don't go in. Because usually it's pretty, unless it's defended, it's going in. Oh, that was nice. Nizo there with the defense, although I don't know whether he meant to defend that way, but it still worked out, so, you know. It still works. Anyway, Killin now, clearing the ball and also taking it forward. Perhaps this could be a setup for his team, but nope, CAPALOT sends it back. Less than 10 seconds remain for EVG to score that equalizer. I wonder if they can. Less than 3 seconds remain, so probably not. But they're now trying to clear the ball, and the ball's still up in the air. It's still alive, so we'll see. Look at that. It looks like CAPALOT takes the first game. It didn't seem like they were particularly struggling either, did it, Nube?
Yeah, CAPALOT looked really composed. Like at first, EVG had an advantage because Trezor and Nizo they were really pushing back CAPALOT to a corner, but then they kept their composure, played with this good offensive rotation, and like their offensive and defensive rotation is like better than EVG. So even though they had the pressure on, they composed themselves and got 2 goals in. I mean, it looked like they were really comfortable throughout the game, not much panic, and everybody knew what they had to do.
Absolutely, and I did notice when you pointed it out as well, sometimes these players basically pre-jump towards balls that haven't even arrived yet, which kind of shows how good their communication is. Another interesting point that I want to note before the next game begins is the stats on EVG, particularly on the shots column, right? Usually you see EVG with many shots on target. They tend to be a team that plays quite aggressively, especially Trezor and Nizo, as we mentioned before. But now, the number of shots they've taken are very low, which just reflects how they were completely on the back foot just now, always defending, never quite able to push the advantage or create something. But anyway, that was game number 1 for CAPALOT versus EVG. This is the lower bracket, so whichever team loses here is out of here, right? So, we're going to be getting ready for the next one. Here we go. 5 minutes on the clock, and we have kickoff. Yalan going for the ball, making a shot, and oh my goodness, the man's 5 seconds into the game. What a goal! I thought they were gonna knock it out. I thought it was gonna be like a sure save, you know. But
yeah, he knew when to go for the ball as a second man right after the kickoff.
I guess it kind of like was the angle that he shot it through. So even though the defender did manage to get a touch on the ball, ultimately it just bounced inside rather than outside. Pretty good goal, I would say. Oh, and Killin scores for EVG. That's awesome. Let's take a look at that replay. Looks like Killin is making sure that EVG is still in the game. And 4 minutes, 43 seconds. We're still in the first minute, y'all. That's kind of insane to me. But anyway, we have the equalizer. Killin now raining a ball towards the EVG side of the pitch, towards the goal, in fact. And a nice setup, I guess, by EVG, but like it looked like pass play more than setup. And there's the empty goal. Oh boy. When you overcommit to your attack, you have stuff like this happen. Kane just took it all the way from the corner of the CAPALOT side into the open goal of EVG. He didn't even need to chase the ball.
This looks eerily familiar to a game CAPALOT played before. I don't know who they played against, but this exact scenario happened.
I really hope that EVG is able to avoid such mistakes, maybe score the equalizer, and yikes, it looks like CAPALOT scores again. Goal number 3, 4 minutes 16 seconds. Yube, can you believe that we are still like literally in the first minute? This game is taking an eternity.
It feels like 3 minutes has gone, but yeah.
Yeah, like a total of like 4 goals have been scored in 1 minute, and this is like a top level play, you know. Sorry, a top level game. So it's kind of amazing. Anyway, Trezzo and Nizo and the rest of EVG now trying to mount an attack. They have 4 minutes to score at least 2 more goals, and whether they can do it or not, I think that they stand a decent chance. That was an unfortunate miss, but I think this one might work out. And here we go, a Trezzo with goal number 2 for EVG. 3 minutes 50 seconds into the game, and they've done it again. Nice defending by Nyclo, but he unfortunately ended up setting it up for Trezzo.
EVG did some bump plays in there and pushed out some of the defenders, so the goal was wide open for that dunk.
I think that they might actually be getting their momentum back, and let's hope so, because we like seeing even matches. You know, we like seeing top teams play at a high level against each other. That was a pretty bad miss for EVG, but nice interception.
It's like, these dribbles from CAPALOT side, really impressive. They outplay all the challenges they get.
I guess they have better control over the ball. Oh, and Trezzo, Nizo, and some of the members of EVG are just trying to do anything they can to get that goal in. Killin now going ahead. Maybe he's trying to set it up for his teammates. They are leaving the goal kind of unguarded though, so that's something to really be concerned about. But luckily, that shot was not on target, so they had nothing to worry about that time. Now it seems that EVG is making their advance once again. Killin passes it off to Trezzo, who gently kind of nudges it against the wall and loses the ball to Yalan, but Nizo's there to steal it back. Yalan gets it again. It's now Nyclo passing it off to Kane, who sends it into the corner of the EVG side of the pitch, but it is immediately cleared. They still have 2 minutes 35 seconds to score 1 more goal and equalize. And of course, CAPALOT needs to widen the score gap in the meantime, so that these guys can't catch up. What do you think that EVG should focus on right now? They seem to be getting a better and better foothold in the game, as far as I can see.
Well, so far we haven't seen EVG be able to do what they do with the offense. So they need to stabilize their rotation and focus a little bit on their defense, because CAPALOT seems to be getting an edge every time they go with the ball towards that side of the pitch.
Yes, you can kind of see that these guys are having a oh wow, what a shot there. That was a pretty fast shot. If it had actually been on target, that could have been an interesting goal. But anyway, I was saying that you can always see that when EVG goes towards the CAPALOT side of the pitch, that CAPALOT do not really have a lot of trouble just stealing the ball and preventing whatever setup that they're trying to do. So it's kind of interesting to see how much control they have over there. Despite this, EVG struggles onwards, and you gotta respect that. Those were just a set of attacks, one after the other. Oh. My goodness, how is that not a goal? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did a player just bump into their own attack? Like, that could have been a goal too.
Yeah, I guess he miscalculated as to where the ball was gonna go. He couldn't really clear. He just saved it.
The ball has been stolen while the goal is empty. I feel like EVG is just kind of flailing right now. And it's a little sad because, yeah, 1 minute remaining, and all they gotta do is score 1 goal without letting these guys score 1 goal, and they have a great setup there. But luckily they were not able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, making a setup for himself.
Goodness. Another empty goal. But luck would have it that they wouldn't get it in. I guess they're now taking the ball forward. Killin challenges Yalan. Nyclo steals the ball. They have 33 seconds remaining, and it's still going down. Less than 30 seconds remain, so let's see whether EVG can actually score that equalizer. A lot more has happened in a lot less time, so I wouldn't put it past them. And as a spectator, I just want to see that happen just because it'll be exciting. But let's see what happens. CAPALOT now defending really well. Less than 10 seconds remain. Killin. Could this be another goal? I guess not, but that was a lot of time wasted, and CAPALOT manages to take round number 2. So 2 games for CAPALOT, and now EVG is in severe danger of being knocked out. So let's talk about their performance. What do you think?
CAPALOT seems to be shutting down every setup from EVG's side and consistently like pushing forward with dribbling. Like we've seen really good dribbles from both Niklo and Yalan, like and Kane with a lot of saves and shots. So three players from their teams is performing really well. On EVG's side, it's a little bit mediocre. Maybe because CAPALOT gains control over the midfield really well and so far has a good control of the pace throughout the whole game. So the players seem a bit shut down. If Capelot wants to win, they can continue to do this. But EVG needs to find a new strat to deal with Capelot.
Absolutely, and I also find it kind of funny that each member of CAPALOT has scored one goal, right? And the one, it's almost the same for EVG as well. But if Nizo had scored that third one, that would have been, like a tie. But hey, that was not to be. And now we're about to see EVG take on CAPALOT on day 18 of Dhiraagu Supersonic by Glitch Gaming, right? Just to remind everybody, this is a best of 5, and CAPALOT now have won 2 games, which means that the next one that they win, if they win, they proceed onwards. They're going to be taking on Storm, which, frying pan into the fire sort of situation, but we can talk about that later. As for EVG, they lose this one, they're out of the tournament. After all that struggle, all that, hard work, it would be a real shame to see that happen. But either way, we have 5 minutes on the clock, and we have kickoff. I wonder what the first minute of this one is going to be like. Like, how long is it going to be? Because the last time we had 4 goals in the first minute, and it was just a nail-biter. All right, nice back and forth here. Both teams sending the ball to their respective side of to their opponent's side of the field, I should say. Interestingly, the ball has been spending a lot longer on the CAPALOT side of the field this time than EVG's. And that was also a pretty nice moment there. They were trying to make a setup, but I don't think they quite got what they wanted. CAPALOT trying to send the ball into the EVG side of the pitch, but it immediately gets intercepted. Oh, now Niklo gets a pretty good control over the ball. He takes the boost, and he's going to set it up for his teammates. Nope, the defender knocks it out of the way, but of course Yalan is there to receive it. And Nizo steals it immediately, killing. Oh, Nizo missed that one, but he did grab the boost. Maybe that's what he was going for. Killing now. I don't know whether that was meant to be a setup or just a shot on goal, because it was not on goal, and it was not in any area that would have been easy to shoot from, so who's to say?
That was a good attempt from Niklo.
For real, like, from so far away as well. I noticed that Niklo sometimes tend to make those really long-range shots, right?
Yeah, he's really accurate when it comes to those kind of shots. And he really finds a tight angle, so like the defenders have a hard time defending.
3 minutes, 24 seconds, and Trezzo has scored the first goal for EVG. It looks like EVG's got the early lead, and while I might say something like, it looks like they are gonna be okay, we do know that CAPALOT can, come from behind and totally overtake them as well. They've done it before. Anyway, kickoff once again. EVG wins that one, but CAPALOT manages to clear it. Kane going for that goal, and Yalan.
So fast.
I know, it's like, all you need to activate CAPALOT is just score 1 goal against them, and then they just don't stop, right? This happened the last time too. Immediately they returned the favor, and they just kept going and going and going. What do you think about that? Do you think that the pressure actually helps them perform better, or do you think that it's more of a competitive spirit that comes alive? I don't know. What's going on here?
Maybe, a goal gets them to a point where they want to, I don't know, I feel like they just get really competitive and they don't get to score a goal. But EVG, they change their tempo and they're playing a little bit differently, but their defense is still, a little questionable. We are seeing a lot of fouls here and there. But CAPALOT performing how they have for the last 2 matches, they don't seem concerned and really composed.
What a great opportunity for CAPALOT. Sorry, continue, please.
So they seem really comfortable. I feel like they're just taking it easy. So and EVG is struggling to get in their form, and we're not seeing much of Nizo tonight. I don't think he's in top form.
Niklo scores the second one for CAPALOT. You're right. Nizo has been a little underrated tonight. I'm wondering what's going on, but it is also worth noting that EVG's play, as you mentioned, has been a little bit different, at least in this match. I think that there's a little bit more speed to it, there's a little bit more deliberation and aggression to it, at least the way that they are coming off. So maybe they're trying something new, you know? And I'm okay with it. And look at that. I guess the goal's open back there. So, I mean, it's a question of whether they're going to be able to make like a shot on the goal or whether... Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, that was definitely what I thought was going to happen. But hey, I was going to say whether shot on the goal or whether EVG was going to score. But when you put all of your eggs in one basket, metaphorically speaking, you end up with this situation.
A lot of overcommitment from EVG's side, and CAPALOT capitalizing on it instantly with that fast play there.
I think that I can understand where they're coming from. They want to score goals, that everybody wants to be there just in case. But I think that there is a practical way to make that happen as well, right? I've been looking at some of the matches here and also like reading up on this stuff. Apparently, one of the tactics that people can use is bringing their third man up to like, you know, that circle in the middle. Oh, what a goal for Trezzo. Let's take a look at that replay.
Trezzo won a challenge there, and then
Did he just set it up for himself? That was awesome.
A big miss from CAPALOT's side. A big, like the third man was coming to intercept, but Trezzo found a way to shoot it, and then I guess they weren't really expecting it.
Love to see it though. One of the coolest things about EVG as a team is that they tend to make some really interesting attacks and setups. So if we're getting even like a fraction of what we got here in the group stage, I'm happy to see it. Ooh. Set up and set up again. Ooh. Oh my goodness, how did that go in? I didn't even see him touch the ball. Let's take a look. Mizo and Killin.
A bit too much stuff there. A little bit too panicked in the defense.
I'm happy to see this, alright? The score is now 3-3, 1 minute 19 seconds on the clock. It could be anyone's game, and I'm hoping that EVG take this one just so that they don't get knocked out. I want to see this game go on a little bit longer. But anyway, we have kickoff. The first At first, the ball went into the EVG side of the pitch, but now it's on CAPALOT's side. Nice setup there, but unfortunately, they couldn't really take advantage of it. And there's just a minute remaining, and Kane scores. Considering how hard it is to score against CAPALOT, EVG is probably in a real tough situation right now. And we have only 57 seconds left, y'all. And I can honestly say that anything can happen in those 57 seconds. Anything can happen in 8 seconds, as far as we've seen. Anyway, kickoff once again. Nizo sends the ball deep into the CAPALOT side of the pitch. Returned immediately. Trezzo intercepts the ball, and looks like all of CAPALOT's, well, most of them are up in front. At least they were at the moment, but they've fallen back now, and it looks like they're on the defensive. They have 38 seconds and counting to just hold on to that one goal lead, and EVG, their single lifeline is these 30 seconds. If they do not get at least one goal in these 30 seconds, they're screwed, right? So, Yube, what do you think of their chances? At least as far as we're seeing right now.
I mean, if CAPALOT just tries to stall, they can definitely hold out with 4 goals, but EVG might not let that happen, because anything can happen in these last few seconds.
Absolutely, like that was such a close one there. 3-2-1, the time is up, and if the ball touches the ground, CAPALOT win in a perfect sweep. Damn it. Anyway, we were hoping that we wouldn't see perfect sweeps in the group stage, even this late into the tourney. But it looks like EVG just lost their match, which means that they are eliminated, right?
Yeah, really unfortunate to see how these matches went down, but CAPALOT always had the advantage. They were really composed. EVG just not in top form tonight, and I'm sad to say, like, this was a really great team to get knocked out, but I'm looking forward to CAPALOT versus Storm.
Oh yeah, that's what's coming up next, and I echo your sentiment as well. EVG has been a team I have a lot of fun watching throughout the tournament. Most of their matches have been really, really exciting. In fact, I would say that I would go as far as to say that EVG versus 13 on day 2 for Group D of this tournament was one of the first truly evenly matched, exciting matches that we saw, right? But anyway, that was that. To all the viewers, don't forget to type GG in the chat. We will be coming back with the second match of the night, which I suppose is going to be Storm versus CAPALOT, huh?
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting one. So we've seen Storm go up against very, very good teams and taking them down, and now the Storm is going up against a CAPALOT, a little bit underrated compared to all the other teams, but I'm looking forward to it. CAPALOT might bring something new to the table and actually win the match. Who knows?
I'm just pretty excited for it too. I think of CAPALOT as the team that basically carries on 13's legacy. Just for context, apparently these two teams train together, so that's interesting. In any case, we'll be taking a short break and we'll be coming up with the next match as soon as possible. That was a little bit too hype. I need to go sit down and just kind of think about things. Whew, EBG's out of the tournament. Can you believe?
bona bona pizza bona visnata nuje hene pizza kanya pizza bona pizza ta bona bona pizza bona visnata nuje hene pizza kanya pizza bona rahamire ham gam dudalla iraloi bebe hitu go fadda ban tatta za kam go furala delivery nikan avas kulala ine sume sume noe haten noe ei male tine fain noe haten noe ulu male pizza ta bona bona pizza bona.
Welcome back, guys, to Dhiraagu Supersonic by Glitch Gaming. I've been getting a few signals, mixed signals from my technical team, but I feel like what was really clear just then was the match that ended in a perfect sweep. CAPALOT, guys, did you see that coming? Because 60% of the voters on our poll just then did not.
No, I love
Wait,
it.
so
I full faith in CAPALOT.
wait, so there were people who actually got it right. They predicted a perfect sweep for CAPALOT?
Not a perfect sweep. They expected CAPALOT to win. 40% of them expected CAPALOT to win. 60% expected EVG to win. I mean, basically, it's a referendum. So, I mean, somebody's bound to think CAPALOT's gonna win. I did, and I was here having Bondi Bike going like, celebrating early already, and I was enjoying myself because that match
Yeah.
was.
So
really
as
good.
the goals went for replay, I just saw Axum in the corner.
On the corner of the field, like, yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting because the level of skill that CAPALOT was bringing to the stage was, it almost made me feel like, you know what, they've really upped their game. You know, like they've really changed up how they're playing. The skill level, the cohesion between the players as well was really, really good. And then EVG,
I like how they shut down EVG's most biggest threat, which is Trezor and Nizo doing the 1-2 thing, but we didn't see anything from them. It's completely shut down.
denied.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch. Mooney, what do you think about that match?
I think that the biggest issue we had was that EVG was so desperate to score goals that everybody went up to the front, which left the goal unprotected, right? Usually when Trezor and Nizo are doing their thing, at least Killin is waiting at the back just to make sure that no stray attacks make it to the goal. But this time, because both of these guys were shut down, Killin also ventured forward, right? Everybody felt like they had to take any opportunity to get a goal in, and that resulted in them just being so defenseless against a team whose accuracy is as high as CAPALOT's is. And while we're talking about how good CAPALOT was, I totally acknowledge that. I'm really happy to see it. The only question that I have is it going to be consistent? Because we've seen excellence from so many teams, and then they just don't show it, you know? Like, it just cuts off. So I would love to see this consistent level of skill from CAPALOT going forward, because now they're up against Storm.
Well,
That's
in
enough
the knockout stage, I've started to notice like a lot of teams are going into this really overcommitment in the offense and leaving the goal wide open. Is it just me, or have you guys also noticed that a lot? I mean, last night also it was like something we saw that a lot.
Yeah, I noticed. What I think is happening is a lot of the pressure is like really, really, how can I say, mounting, and everybody's feeling it at that point as well. Now, we have to remind ourselves that was a lower bracket match, and that means they were fighting for their lives technically.
For real.
CAPALOT kind of went in on riding a breeze and then just rode that breeze all the way out. There was a perfect sweep by them, which puts them in such a tough point to meet up with Storm, right? And Storm has been surprising us. Storm, every time like I see Storm playing, I get this sneaky suspicion that this could be a bunch of KGB ex like hackers coming in and playing or some, because they have that level of militaristic coordination while they're playing.
It's
don't
kind
know.
of an interesting thing, right? Capalot fought EVG and everything just to get a chance to go up against Storm. So it's like wrestling someone for the chance to climb a mountain. And now it's the mountain, right?
Interesting analogy.
Yeah, it kind of fits, I think. But anyway, hey, check that out. Capalot versus Storm. Storm so far has been one of these really good teams, right? And even against Juice, they put up such a good fight, I think, right? And despite everything, they did fall to the lower bracket, but we do think that they are one of the teams that are most likely to go forward to the finals, if that is something that's in the cards for them. But now Capalot is their obstacle. Or should we look at it the other way and Storm is Capalot's obstacle? Because Storm has been proving themselves to be such a good team that I'm more worried for Capalot now. What do you guys think?
Same. I'm pretty worried for Capalot as well for the next match, not gonna lie, because they are a young team, but a very, very talented, very hardworking team as well. But we are putting them up against Storm, and Storm could use... Capalot might not be an obstacle. Capalot might be the stepping stone for Storm to go up and wreak vengeance on Juice for having kicked them
my
out, you know?
goodness. I would love to see them meet in the finals. Like, wouldn't that be awesome?
Yube, what do you
Yube.
think is going to happen at this match?
Well, Capalot is a really talented team. I'd say they have a lot of potential, and we have yet to see it in the future. As you mentioned, it's pretty young players, so they'll obviously take over when in the future. But currently, Storm has the better positioning and rotation. Rotation is seamless. So this is a team that is very terrifying to play against, and any mistake Capalot makes will be capitalized on instantly. And I don't think Capalot can play as they've played before, that comfortable level of play. So they need to really struggle to get the goals in and stuff. So I don't know, they need to go really hard against Storm or else they'll lose.
Absolutely. I think that Capalot in the last match, at least, we saw kind of like a slow but deliberate pace, right? And it kind of worked out really well for them, especially since EVG couldn't really go into their frenetic, high-energy style of play. So now Storm, again, is a team that does have a really intense kind of style of play as far as we've seen. So I don't think Capalot's going to be able to relax and play it slow. I think they're going to need to just either up their speed of play or get a couple of goals in and just waste a bunch of time. That's kind of what it is, because if you let these guys get their setups and get their pace going, that's it.
Well, 50% of our audiences think that Storm is going to win, while the other 50 think Capalot is going to win. So I'm going to be right in the middle. I'm going to be right in the middle, while very worryingly looking at Capalot and hoping that they do their best, because Storm scares me. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna go get my blankie. I will see you guys later.
Well, that is us now, Yube. Thanks a lot, Aksam. Once again, to remind everybody, this is day 18 of Dhiraagu Supersonic, and we are about to see match number 2. Another lower bracket match, another best of 5, Storm versus Capalot. The way that we're talking, it's like we're building up Storm quite a lot to be a very good team, and as we've mentioned before, it is a really good team, and they're solid, whether it is the defense, the offense, or even the midfield. And now Capalot have a huge challenge ahead of them. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get down to it. Here we go. Kickoff. Almost immediately, both teams are fighting over the ball, and it's it looks like it's Capalot's ball being taken by Kane deep into Storm's side of the pitch. But oh, what a near opportunity! What a near miss there. A great opportunity for Capalot. It looks like they're pressing the assault almost immediately. What do you think of these early few moments? Okay, wait a minute. CZ just scored a goal. Let's take a look at that replay, and then I'm gonna ask you again, Yube. What do you think of these early few minutes of the game? Nice setup by I8.
Yeah, so far Storm, even though they look like they've been pushed back, they seem to be in control of the pace, not really panicking or anything. It was a really good goal by CZ, really standard. Nice clear from his teammate, which led him to dunk it in.
It's also, I guess, a huge shock for Capalot, who probably weren't expecting that at all. Like we talked about, these guys are a young team, and they are under an immense amount of pressure when they're facing this Storm. And hey, look at that great setup there by Storm, but nice defending by CAPALOT. But I suppose by going all the way up to the backboard, you would end up losing a lot of boost as well. So it remains to be seen whether Storm will turn that around. But CAPALOT seemed to have brought the ball to the Storm side of the pitch. Another great opportunity, and look at that! Kane scored for CAPALOT, the equalizer coming in at 3 minutes 58 seconds. This match is probably going to be a long one. Now that we've seen both teams pull even, what do you think of the game overall so far, Yube?
So far, both
Does
teams
it still
look
feel like Storm's game?
It looks like an even start for both teams. We don't really know how it's gonna go.
Oh! What a goal by Kane! I gotta see the replay on that one. So he took it all the way from
And that
the
wall shot,
wall,
yeah,
dodged
yeah,
Astro, and just kinda... Ooh. That is fantastic. Love to see it. Love to see it. And now Storm on the defensive, or on the back foot, I should say. 3 minutes, 48 seconds. Not a lot of time has passed in this match, but a lot has happened already.
I guess it's a big mistake if you like score the first goal against CAPALOT, which gets the engine running, and then they start like hammering in all these goals unexpectedly.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing, right? It just happened like twice last match, and now it's happening again. Storm is about to learn that if you want to win against CAPALOT, maybe let them have the first goal and kind of get comfortable. Ooh, great opportunity there for CAPALOT. Oh, another great shot, and that was just luck right there. Could this be a goal? No. Fantastic by Storm. A little bit of bad luck for CAPALOT. That could have been goal number 3, but hey, that's not what I guess their luck had. I ain't now sending the ball deep into CAPALOT's side of the pitch. Interestingly enough, a lot of the match we are seeing the ball on Storm's side. What do you make of that, Yube? And ooh, nice demolition.
So far, CAPALOT riding that momentum from the last sweep they had, but they need to be careful because Storm is a team with a really good defense and a good rotation. So CAPALOT needs to be on their toes and expect anything, because Astro is a player you need to be looking out for, because as you've seen before, he's a really good scorer.
He definitely is. And I want to point out this moment that was there just before, or while we were talking, where there was a great opportunity in front of the CAPALOT goal for Storm to equalize again, but unfortunately the player could not do anything because he had kind of run out of boost, so talk about bad luck. But anyway, Storm now pushing the ball towards the CAPALOT side of the pitch, and I mean, honestly, anything could happen. CAPALOT clears it, and Yalan taking it towards the goal, defended by Storm. Nice defending. Kane now setting it up. Could this be another attack? It turns out to be a clear by CAPALOT and Storm, by Storm, and CAPALOT now sends it back. I ain't taking the ball, trying to take it towards the goal perhaps to make something happen, but it is intercepted. CZ rising up in the air to try to catch the ball, but he couldn't quite reach it. They're kind of trading blows around the midfield right now.
Yeah, CAPALOT needs to be really, I'd say they should be really careful by overcommitting to the offense, because Storm is a team that would like go for counter-attack as soon as you overcommit.
Oh, what a great opportunity there. Unfortunately, I wouldn't even say it was accuracy. I wouldn't even say it was like second man. It was just luck. CAPALOT is having this weird thing with luck where the ball crosses the goal line and just comes out. I guess Storm kind of have a fourth man, which is the goal itself. What do you think, Hubert?
Like they have ready luck on their side tonight, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, great bit of defending there by CAPALOT. I honestly, when Nicolo now sending the ball forward, less than a minute left for Storm to equalize. I don't know if Storm has been in this kind of position in a while in this tournament. You know, they've been doing pretty well against most teams, so it's kind of interesting to see them on the back foot like this. What do you think they need to do right now? I mean, within 30 seconds, let's say, to really turn things around. What is the key component that's missing from their strategy? Oh, look at that. Another close one with an empty goal defended. I'm telling you, that goal is the fourth man. There's something going on. Anyway, Astro taking the ball towards the goal. Less than 15 seconds remaining. It is intense as heck. Kane now taking the ball forward. Is he going to grab the boost? He does. Less than 10 seconds. Shoots, and Nicolo scores goal number 3 for CAPALOT. There you go. And we have 7 seconds on the clock. Can Storm score 2 goals in 7 seconds? I mean, it's not impossible, but it's highly improbable. What do you think, Yube?
Well, it's almost impossible for them to get 2 more goals. But I guess they can like come up with a solid plan for the next match. Because this puts like on CAPALOT.
I think they really earned this one as well, you know? I think that CAPALOT played really well, and with that, the ball touches the ground 0-0-0. CAPALOT draws first blood against Storm. Shows us what we know. So let's talk about what we just saw overall. Let's look at the stats as well. Yube, what are your thoughts? What's going on with Storm?
Well, they're playing to a similar playstyle as they did with Juice. Like they are trying to wait for the opponent to make a mistake and capitalize on it. But then again, CAPALOT answering that with mixing up their strategies, so making it really hard for the opponent to predict what they're doing. So it makes it look easy. But Storm needs to change it up and play with that seamless rotation and that impenetrable defense. Once they start doing that, they can get the upper hand against CAPALOT.
Agreed. And I also want to note that CAPALOT does seem to be playing at a faster pace. So, hey, that's great, right? We kind of totally were talking about that before. We were like, yeah, we wish these guys would do that. And they totally are doing it. So that's great. Anyway, this is day 18 of Dhiraagu Supersonic by Glitch Gaming, and this is the second match, CAPALOT versus Storm. And we just saw CAPALOT take the first one, so the question is, what will Storm do next to come back from this, right? So, Yube, you've just mentioned that Storm needs to kind of go back to their rotations and have that impenetrable defense, right? Why do you think Storm suffered last time? Or what do you think their kind of plan was to kind of wait for CAPALOT? It doesn't seem like the most good idea, you know? I feel like you got to be more aggressive at this stage, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not about this stage where it's always something in Rocket League. But if you try to if you try to react to all the mistakes the opponent's gonna make, but if the opponent doesn't make a mistake, then you're just a sit and talk, right?
Exactly.
So you gotta be proactive when it comes to all these shots and setups, and Storm should play how they always play, you know, very aggressive, very defense oriented, and then go for goals.
And CAPALOT scores the first goal. See, this is an interesting thing. I want to see what happens to CAPALOT when they go first. Usually when a goal goes against them, they just get totally activated. So now Storm is in that position. Let's see if they can bring out something really wild and interesting. Ooh, nice demolition there. And Astro now going for the ball. No, that was a close one. Nice defending there by CAPALOT. CZ now sending it towards the CAPALOT goal, but the defender got that one. Nyclo trying to defend, but I don't think he quite got the contact, but the other defenders were there to pick up the slack. Ain't now trying to get the ball, trying to control it. Has he been demolished? I guess so. Kane just stole the ball. Takes it towards the goal for CAPALOT, and another one. Wow. I love that goal. Let's take a look. Yue, what are your thoughts?
Well, we've seen CAPALOT do what they did in the last match and just, you know, taking the other team with their playstyle, which is mixing up strategies, not going for really direct goals, unlike Storm, who's making the same mistake as EVG, I'd say. They need to be more creative and try to come up with new ways to penetrate CAPALOT's defense. Or in this case, their midfield position, which is really
Kind of
good.
where they're dominating, right? I've also noticed that we don't see the ball on the CAPALOT side of the pitch very often, and even when Storm is making attacks, it tends to be very standard type of attacks. I think we could really use a little bit of creativity on Storm's side. So, in any case, we have now seen 3 minutes 25 seconds of the match being played, and we're still counting down. CZ now trying to create an opportunity for his team, and ooh, that was a great opportunity, but unfortunately they could not get the touch that they needed. Yalan trying to take the ball forward, but it was not to be.
Storm
CZ.
really slow on they're a little bit passive and slow on the challenging game, so it looks like CAPALOT's on the better offense.
I really love that attack just now as well. What a creative setup, and the attack itself was pretty good. If it wasn't for the really good defense, ooh, another good bit of defending. Another attack. These guys are just hammering the Storm goal. I think that they're just they're not just looking to win. They're determined to break these guys' spirit. because they're not taking it easy at all. I ain't now trying to send the ball forward. CZ.
A lot of bump plays from CAPALOT, like they're just completely trying to shut down Storm, not letting them get any defense and going for these boosts.
Yeah, I also do notice that Storm is having a really hard time. Forget it. Forget what I was saying. Kane just scored the third goal for CAPALOT, and Storm hasn't scored a single one. 2 minutes, 17 seconds. Anyway, I was saying that if I've noticed that Storm is having a lot of trouble coming up with plays right now because they're constantly on the defensive and they're always scrambling after the ball. Not a version of Storm we've really seen in the tournament, huh? Oh, what a beautiful goal. Let's take a look at that replay. I think that was a kickoff goal, right?
Yeah, CZ was just waiting for the goal to go to the other side. He was creeping up really slowly, and then he positioned himself in a way to shoot. I guess CAPALOT did not expect it to be that way, because during the kickoff, the third man normally goes for the boost. So, like, they would expect the opponent to do the same thing. So, I guess they really weren't expecting that.
And that is the kind of creative play that you were basically talking about, Yube. Ooh, nice attack there by Astro. Again, a very unconventional attack, I think, because there was no real setup and it was just one man going up against all the defenders. But hey, whatever works, right? In any case, I ain't now trying to take the ball forward. Could this be another opportunity? Ooh, intercepted, and great attack by Astro, but unfortunately, it looks like the ball rolled into their goal. 4-1 CAPALOT. What the heck is going on? And Kane all the way from in front of the goal. This is incredible. It just had the right amount of bounce. It didn't go too high up, and it was just perfect. I can't believe that this team is so young. They're playing like at such a high level.
Yeah, I mean, normally we see Astro as this like top scorer, but we're not really seeing that much from him during this.
Beautiful attack just now. Sorry to interrupt you, but that was beautiful attack just now. If it had just been a little too, I guess, the right, that could have been a goal. But anyway, continue, please.
So yeah, as I was saying, Astro, like, we're not seeing his usual playstyle. Before, we used to see him as this really aggressive scorer and really good with his setup, and he finds really tight angles to shoot. But tonight, we're not really seeing him performing as much as he should.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you there. I agree with you as well. He's been kind of shut down. CZ seems to be the one who's putting like the most danger, putting the CAPALOT team on in the most danger. But anyway, there was a bunch of nice setups just now as well. Moments where I didn't know if it was going to be a setup or a goal. Ooh, that would have been a great goal as well. Nice attack. And I also noticed that CAPALOT do take the time to grab the boost on the Storm side of the pitch just to make it harder for them to do something. And it's kind of paying off, I think. Oh, I think Storm just had a player bump into another teammate.
CAPALOT,
you guys are completely shaken up. Ooh.
After CAPALOT got knocked down to the lower bracket, they're playing really hard because I guess they really want to win, and you can already see how much they've improved once they drop down to the lower bracket. They are not letting anyone make any mistakes and capitalizing on any mistake the opponent makes.
I guess dropping down to the lower bracket is the having a goal scored against you of the entire tournament. So now they're like totally activated. And a bunch of attacks. The clock's at 0, but still CAPALOT's going for the goal. Hungry. Anyway, that was a 2-0 for CAPALOT. Who could have predicted this? Anyway, let's take a look at these stats. Yube, overall, what's going on here? This is very unexpected.
Yeah, overall we're seeing CAPALOT really emphasizing on this attack, like continuous momentum and rotating forward all the time. And Storm just on the back foot, getting pushed back and not being able to do as much as they can do before, because I feel like they're still not playing the way they're supposed to. I feel like they're still reacting to whatever CAPALOT's throwing at them, which is not a good idea. And most of the time we see CZ doing like most of the heavy lifting for Storm, and the other two players need to, pick up the slack and try to support him. Or, go back to Astro being the first man and like making setups for the other ones.
Well, all of that sounds really good. I think those are all perfectly valid strategies. The real question, I suppose, will be, Will Storm be able to think of all of this, even try to put some of this into their actions, with CAPALOT having a two game lead on them, right? Just to remind everybody, this is a best of 5. So if CAPALOT wins this next one, they win, and Storm is out of here. So Storm now is in, I guess, the most pressure they've been in this entire tournament, and it is thanks to CAPALOT. Who could have predicted that? But either way, as soon as we're ready, we're going to jump into the third game of the second match of day 18 of Dhiraagu Supersonic, and we're just basically seeing the tournament wind down in a spectacular fashion. But anyway, we have kickoff. Storm immediately pushes the ball into the CAPALOT side of the pitch, but CAPALOT defends it quite nicely and returns it to the other side almost immediately. Astro.
We're seeing CAPALOT on the offense and really putting in the pressure.
Oh, there's that fourth man again, Yube. That's what I'm talking about. The Storm's fourth man just trying to defend the goal no matter what. The goal line itself. That was another near miss. How could it be? I have no idea.
Yeah, we've seen Nyquil do all these really good attacks at the goal all night.
Yeah, and it's just luck's bad. But hey, luck's not bad for CZ. Beat 2 defenders there, Yalan and I think it was Nyquil. But either way, Storm have scored the first goal. This is that situation where CAPALOT just comes back and scores like it's going out of fashion. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens here. I mean, the spectator in me wants to see an even match, wants to see this go into 2-3. But, you know, I'm interested to see whether CAPALOT's actually going to get reactivated, again, because they have a goal scored against them. Well, they certainly are playing aggressively.
Yeah, they made a big mistake scoring because CAPALOT just got their engines turned on, and they're not going to let up till they get like 2 or 3 goals, because we've seen what they can do.
Yeah, these guys are greedy for goals in the best way, and the equalizer almost immediately, like clockwork. That is CAPALOT, Kane for CAPALOT actually. 3 minutes 51 seconds into the game, and Kane comes in with the equalizer. As we were just joking about.
I thought CAPALOT was throwing this, but now since Storm scored 1, now they're hungry for goals, and they're going to keep going until they win this match. Because CAPALOT's that kind of team, and I feel like they're taking revenge for what Storm did.
Yeah, that might actually be. In any case, goal number 1's gone in, and that really fast pace of CAPALOT is back. Kane now defending the ball pretty well against Storm. I tries to challenge him, but I don't think he quite got the result he wanted. Could this be another goal? Who can say? CZ.
We're not seeing Nyquil as much as we've seen him in the previous match. We're seeing Kane and Yalan really putting in a lot of work, but when Nyquil starts pulling his weight, there's going to be a lot more goals from CAPALOT's side, because mechanically he's really gifted, and we see a lot of long shots from him.
Yeah, he's a very accurate player who kind of shoots at the goal from very far away, right? So I'm also wondering why it is that he's kind of hecked back. Maybe he's a little fatigued, or maybe they're just waiting for the right opportunity. Or maybe he's just focusing on defense. Well, in any case, CAPALOT, if they win this one, they win the entire match, and Storm is out of here. But Storm desperately need to win this one to stay not only in the match, but also in the tournament. This is probably the most stressful match they've had, or game they've had, I should say, in a while.
Just keeping the pressure near the goal, not letting Storm get a chance to breathe.
Yeah, like, these guys are constantly defending, and yet CAPALOT scores goal number 2. I don't know what to do here, you know, because if Storm scores first, CAPALOT gets activated. If CAPALOT scores first, they get goal hungry. Either way, it's like a ravenous, unstoppable creature right now, and I'm loving to see how hard they're going for it, you know?
Yeah, we saw really good offensive rotation from CAPALOT just now, like a half rotation. They never let up, and that they just kept Storm pushed near the goal, and they kept taking the boost until they got 1 goal in.
Exactly, there was always somebody putting the pressure on Storm, and eventually it cracked, even after spectacular saves. I guess even the 4th man, aka the goal line, as I've been saying all match, is not enough. And Yalan scores! Wow, let's take a look at this replay.
Yeah,
I guess CAPALOT clear it.
Yeah, but CAPALOT's player just bumped into the Storm's 3rd man, leaving the goal wide open. We've seen CAPALOT make really good adjustments as the match goes on, just really improving and not letting it any like holes in their defense.
Oh, there's Nyquil now. Okay, what are you gonna do? I agree with you there. I think that it was also kind of hilarious that the third man of CAPALOT was basically waiting inside/near the goal just for an opportunity like that, which makes me wonder, like, how good is their communication? What do you say to plan something cheeky like that? And hey, Storm scores 1 minute 40 seconds in. It's Astro, and they're quickly on their way to get that equalizer. They just need one more goal, and just to remind everybody, we have 1 minute 40 seconds, and if Storm cannot equalize in that time, CAPALOT win their third one. Storm is knocked out of the tournament, and that would be terrible for Storm. But for CAPALOT, that would be great. And for us as spectators, it will be another quick match, which we were hoping it wouldn't be. But at least we have a best of 7 coming up later, if I'm not wrong. But more on that later. For now, it looks like Storm is mounting their offense on CAPALOT's side. CZ.
Yeah, we are seeing Storm be on the, like, Storm bringing it there again. I feel like they know how much is on the line with this match, because if they lose this one, then they lose the whole series. But I'm sure they don't want it, and they want to go up into the finals and possibly meet whoever wins from the brunch match.
Ooh,
So that's
great bit of defending, and that could have been a goal. 1 minute remaining. What good defending now by CAPALOT. Everyone's pitching in. Astro. We have less than a minute left, and like, I'm on the edge of my seat here. If Storm are able to score, they will extend this match by who knows how long. But if they are not able to score, they are screwed. Oh my goodness, what the heck? Oh my god, 30 seconds remaining. That was probably the greatest opportunity they're gonna get to score, right? But unfortunately, it just did not go in. What is going on? Did like CAPALOT get their fourth man now, you know? Or what? It was, and there you have it. 17 seconds on the clock. Astro with goal number 3. The equalizer. Storm is still here. And now there is 17 seconds left until overtime. And I gotta say, I don't know who's gonna score the next goal. I really don't know where this is going. What do you think, Yube?
Well, Storm, in those last 30 seconds, they didn't want to go in.
Oh my god! Sorry, Yube. I'm just screeching over here. Like, look at that! What the heck just happened? That can't be. 3 seconds after the last goal, another goal. This time for CAPALOT. What a team! All right. I'm just trying to see champion material here tonight. I don't know. What do you think, Yube?
Yeah, we are seeing CAPALOT being very relentless. Even though Storm could keep equalizing, they tried to get another goal in, and that kickoff goal was really beautiful. But I guess this is the last few seconds going to equalize.
Oh my god! Like, the second the ball hits the ground and Storm does not score an equalizer, they're out of the tourney! That's it! Oh my god! Whew. Okay, CAPALOT just perfectly swept Storm out of here. That is it. I've seen a lot of perfect sweeps in this tournament, and I think this is the one that I'm the most hyped for, just considering how strong a team Storm is and how good CAPALOT was. I'm gonna let this one go. Yube, what are your thoughts? I can't process this right now.
Storm, they tried really hard, but they only tried in the last match. Because in the first 2 matches, CAPALOT, like, they were holding their ground, they were really comfortable, and then they got a lot of goals in. And this is probably the first time a team has been able to expose Storm's weakness and played against it and capitalized on every mistake they made. So, like, hats off to CAPALOT. They deserved this win. They played really well, and probably this is one of the best performances we've seen from that team so far.
I agree. I'm like low-key dazed right now. I'm just like kind of, I don't know, just dazed, you know? I'm just like, wow, what a match. Storm was one of the top teams of the tournament, you know? They've put up so much of a fight against so many good teams. They've knocked out really good teams as well to get here, and yet CAPALOT, of all people, just challenged them. Not only challenged them, but won against them with style. They've dominated them.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say.
Probably the first time we've seen Storm be put in into that position by like any other team. CAPALOT did really well, and they could possibly get like the final match. They could possibly win with that kind of performance. They've improved a lot, and we're gonna see a lot more improvement. Like, looking forward to the next matches.
the last team that CAPALOT went up against to be in this position was the Baguettes, right? And yet they showed such a good performance even then, and now they're even better. So I'm very thrilled to see where this team ends up in the future. But for now, I guess we'll be taking another short break, and then we'll be coming back with something special. And I don't just mean the amazing match. The next match is going to be Juice Juice versus the Baguettes, which is literally the dream match since like the first week of this tourney. That's how I feel anyway. Anyway, that being said, let's take a short break, and we will see you soon.
Side to side, we gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight. Let me get funky.
Let's lose our mind.
Let me get funky.
This unfamiliar glare blocks me out, I'm blinded. Inspired of my efforts to keep you satisfied. I seem to be losing you, it's not worth the fight. So I speak up, I scream into the void. I reach for a hand to guide me through the shifting land below. I'm running up, the walls are closing in. I feel the cold embrace of dust. We rise and dust we fall. Hear my voice speak through the walls of stone. When I saw you leave, I felt you go. I saw a spotted light blinding from a distance. No more resistance. So I speak up, I scream into the void. I reach for a hand to guide me through the shifting land below. I'm running up, the walls are closing in. I feel the cold embrace of dust. We rise and dust we fall.
Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Don't pause. Press play. 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 Don't pause. Press play. I wanna hear what you got to say. Press play. Press play. I wanna hear what you got to say. Don't Press play. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Don't pause. Press play. 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 Don't pause. Press play. You got to say. Press play. Press play. Don't pause, press play.
I walked around the world today, looking for the real thing. Somewhere we crossed the wrong wires. I dare you to fix this heartbreak. Baby, we got miles to go. Baby, we got miles to go. Spend it all yesterday, 'cause all we got is time. Baby, we got miles to go. America is fast asleep, living life in reverie. So far from where we need to be. Bizarre, can we save our memories? Baby, we got miles to go. Baby, we got miles to go. Spend it all yesterday, 'cause all we got is time. Baby, we got miles to go. can feel it rushing through my veins. Your love's the only drug I know. But we've been playing the hand now we're dealt, so we can light it up. I know that we can make it through for the night, but I can feel it for you inside. So there won't be no fear for the night. We crossed the line, and now it's clear to see the light behind the suffering. Believe we'll finally be free.
ರಾಜ್ಯ ಕುದಿ ರೀತಿ ರತ್ತಕುಗೆ ಬೇರು ಮಾಸಿಂಗ ನು ಕಂಡುತಕುಗ ವ್ಯಾಕಫ ದುವ್ವ ರಕ್ಕ ತೆರಿಕಂದಿ ಕಂಡುತಕುಗೆ ನಿ ದಿರುಂ ಹೋದ ಕಂಡುಂ ಹೋದಿ ಕಂಡು ರೋದಿ
ಏರುಗೆ ರಹ ಮಾಂದು ಮಸ್ತಳು
Welcome back, guys. We are surprisingly on time tonight. This is nice. Things are turning up, guys. Like, yeah, congratulations, Yube, Munes, and myself. Congratulations to myself, as people would say, because we have had a really successful night. But we aren't the only ones having successes tonight. CAPALOT with that double perfect sweep. Oh my God! What is burning? Somebody's dignity, man. That was amazing.
What a phenomenal match.
Caps
What a
off for
phenomenal match.
CAPALOT, I'd say.
Oh man, we should have worn caps. Damn it. Okay.
But that would have been cap too many, not a CAPALOT.
I'm just completely blown away by their performance tonight, right? I think we've seen a level of CAPALOT's play that we have not seen them show at any point in the tournament so far. To me, that's champion level play, straight up. Like, that's how I feel. What about you, Yube?
Well, that is something I'd say was a performance really good. Like, that is a performance that can challenge Juice and the Baguettes, which is currently the top two teams that, like, I'd say they're the top two teams in everyone's head. But CAPALOT now, challenging these two great teams and possibly actually having the chance to beat them. So, if they keep improving, they can get the champion. That's what I think.
Who would have thought? But here we are, I guess.
I mean, yes, that's the basis of this entire tourney, guys. Surprise, surprise, surprise everywhere. And we've been seeing that happen consistently. I guess surprises have been the most consistent thing throughout this tourney. Who would have known?
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Fun. It was fun to watch that match, especially how CAPALOT just kept on capping something into Storm's butt every few seconds. Like, they had no chill, man. If Storm shot a goal, CAPALOT shot a goal. They were just like, you know what, Storm, the future is now, old man. And that's what I saw happen. I don't even know who played for Storm, though.
This is what I'm talking about, right? Like, what do you do with CAPALOT? If you score first, they get super goal hungry and start scoring. If you don't score first, they score one in and get super goal hungry and start scoring. There's no win here, Once they get going, that's it. So I think that in the future, if any team really wants to do something against CAPALOT, they really need to be able to shut them down at every turn to prevent them from gaining the momentum, because once they get going, it's non-traditional goals, long-range shots, all these kind of wild tactics that just keep switching and switching and switching. They switch tactics more than switch tactics themselves. and their name is Switch Tactics, you know. So it's awesome to see. I cannot say that they've played just the same way throughout any of these matches. They could be multiple teams with the different types of styles that they're showing.
Yube, we are going to be seeing CAPALOT go against whoever loses the next matchup tonight.
Ooh.
And that could
You
be
mean
either the baguette,
brunch?
the brunch. Thank you for remembering. I've been hungry for this match for the whole day. I mean, like, I'm hoping to be juiced up and get that bread. You know, oh my god, I can't. This many puns in one, I'm feeling nauseous.
It's a very pun-rich area. I'm with it.
I mean, it's a punitive point. So we are now just a few minutes away from this match. But before we get there, I'd like to remind all of our viewers to type GG in the chat, because that's glitch gaming, guys. That's glitch gaming. Don't get me wrong. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise either. And if you type GG, you stand a chance to win either a Mastalo case or a free pizza as well. But you know what I feel like doing tonight? I think I would like to talk to one of those people who won that Mastalo case with that consistency in their GGs. You know, like so yeah, I'm gonna try and invite one of our distinguished winners of this tourney for the lucky draw. I think he puts up a sort of a name that is a little bit hard to pronounce. I don't know why the V is there, but I think I'll call you Ampu. Ampu, are you there?
Hey.
All right, Ampu. Ampu and friends, actually, like, to be honest, right?
Correct.
How you doing, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. A little bit exhausted, but other than that, I'm fine.
All right, for anybody who's watching, we got a little bit of a background dig on Ampu, and it appears that he's actually not based in Male. He's all the way in KL, in Kuala Lumpur. And I also hear on the grapevine that you've actually been hosting our stream on yours as well. Does that mean you're a streamer, dude?
Correct. That does mean I'm a streamer. I've been streaming for about 2 years actually, but only just recently have I actually become verified with Twitch. So I am officially a Twitch affiliate, and that's pretty good, man. I'm actually getting I'm making money out of playing games. That's the dream, dude.
Wow.
Fantastic.
That's
amazing.
How would you describe your journey, man? How would you describe your journey until now?
Yo, it was a grind. It was so much work. I feel like a lot of people don't understand how much work you need to do in order to stream. You have to actively engage with the audience and everything, much like how you guys are doing right now, and on a daily basis as well. And it's work, you know, but it pays off.
Wow.
So, what kind of games do you usually stream, if you don't mind me asking?
Usually FPS, because that's what I play. A lot of Valorant. Sometimes Siege, because I play for Quiz Esports. Unfortunate that they are not in the tournament anymore. I was rooting for my boys, but yeah, it's just a lot of FPS really. But I've gotten into some RPGs as well recently.
That's fantastic.
All right. I mean, is there a step that you would take? You would tell any upcoming streamers to take to do this, because obviously it's a hit and miss sort of a situation, because we don't have a playbook to go by. So what's the advice you would give any upcoming streamers about this?
I'd say, to the most of your ability, try to engage with your audience, build a community, because that's what you need to do. It's not about the gear. It's not about whether you have the best PC or anything of the sort. It's about how much work you're willing to put into a stream and how willing your audience is to come back for a second time. So always give them initiative, and if they stick around and it's a familiar name, make sure you remember them, because the reason why people watch a stream isn't usually for the gameplay, unless you like some sort of godlike Shroud, but it's usually not for the gameplay. It's to feel like you are part of a community. And if you want to build and enforce that, I feel like you have to give them this value, talk to them, make them feel like they are a part of what you're doing, because ultimately that is the case.
So I have a question. How would you say skill correlates to how much you are successful while streaming?
I'd say it does play a big part in some ways. Like it really depends on what you're playing, right? So if you're playing FPSs like I do, and you are an insanely skilled player, people will come to watch your stream purely to see those plays, you know, and just be mind blown by it. But it's also about how entertaining your stream is. Because I know a couple of streamers who are really, really good at the games they play, but I don't like watching their streams because it's not very entertaining. It just feels like any other game. So if you want to stand out, you have to entertain. You have to do a lot of work and keep your audience engaged.
Is there
So,
any like
I would like to
international
ask-
streamer? Oh, sorry. Yeah, you first.
So yeah, I'd like to ask you, like, you watched this tournament, right? And so, what are your thoughts? What's your insights? Which teams do you think are performing to a level that you are satisfied with? You know.
Okay, well, I'm very satisfied with the tourney. I'm loving the stream. You guys keep it entertaining, and
Thank
I would
you.
just like to give a really quick shout out to Pizza Bona, because holy, that's one of the best commercials of all time. Space Parade, I love you guys. And as for the teams, I feel like everyone. I feel like I'm talking the same point that maybe a lot of people share. I think a lot of people expected Juice and Storm to be the strongest two contenders in this tourney. But CAPALOT has come out as the underdog, and they've beaten Storm. And I was rooting for Storm, honestly, if I'm being completely candid. I was rooting for Storm because my boy Astro's on Storm. But damn,
You know
CAPALOT
Astro.
making moves. Yeah, I play
They
with
genuinely
Astro.
got outplayed, right? It was fantastic to see. I mean,
Yeah,
Storm has been
yeah.
such a good team, and yet here we are.
Yeah, Storm has been so strong, but CAPALOT, I feel like they finally showed the level of play that they are capable of. And while that was also something insane to see, I feel like it was also partly Storm's fault. I don't think they played up to the level that they could have played.
Yeah, honestly, Astro, like, he's somebody I always looked out for because he is really good at scoring. But tonight we didn't really see much of his setup for scoring, if I'm wrong.
Correct.
Well, Ampu, you're all the way in KL, and I just wanted to ask you, how is life during this COVID, like the whole pandemic and everything in KL?
I haven't properly been out of my house since March last year, so it's kind of meh. You know, I keep myself entertained and I have fun, but it's definitely a huge change, you know, with COVID, and I feel like it's the same for basically everyone. Unless you just happen to be working a remote job before COVID and you didn't get out of the house often. But it's a huge change, and the way things are going right now, I believe we are slated for another MCO very soon, which is a movement control order. So yeah, you know, that's happening.
It would affect your university and stuff like that quite adversely as well, right? Because I mean, when people go abroad to study, they don't really want to hang out in an apartment.
This is true. But I feel like I go to Sunway, and I feel like Sunway's done a decent job of converting all their classes to online lessons. While I will admit it is not nearly as engaging as real classes are, I'm managing.
All right. So before we
Glad
end
to
off
hear.
on this discussion and we move on to this really intense match ahead of us, I'd like Ampu. Why don't you tell your audiences right now, where are we gonna find you? How can we watch you entertain us as well? What's your handle? All of that. Just like read them out to me. I'm gonna take a note, and we're gonna share it around later as well.
All right. So I mainly just stream on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Jesus with a V and 5 S's at the end. So it's JESV and 5 S's. Cause the handle's already taken, man. What am I gonna do?
all 4 of them?
Yeah,
okay.
man. Like, I had to stick with 5. And
So like when I'm about to promote you, I'm gonna be like, nah, it's not the 4S guy, it's the 5S guy, which is different from the 3S
5
guy,
S's.
who's
That's
also
different.
a little bit worse than the 2S guy.
But the 1S guy is out of commission, but we couldn't get his account, so
1S guy has been online for a long time, I think.
Yeah, he's the one on Minecraft. Okay, guys, we are now about to jump into the next match. So I'm gonna ask all three of you guys. All right, all three of you guys. 20 seconds or less. Mooney, go. Who's gonna win this match?
Juice Juice versus Baguettes. Oh my god. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Juice Juice. Yep. More consistency. That's the thing.
And your time is up. You.
I'm also leaning towards Juice because I'm a fan of Juice and Raph. Actually,
how can you not love a team that loves Juice enough to name themselves after it twice, right?
Yeah, he's the outlier here. He's like the one who's gonna like make or break Juice. Raph, the mechanical wizard. I'm rooting for you. Show me things.
So it's like Juice, the name so nice. You gotta say it twice. Okay, so
thank you. That's good.
Ampu, you got. I'll give you 22 seconds. Go.
Damn. I think it's gonna be Juice. Yogurt is an insane player. It's just lovely to see the games. And while I loaf the baguettes, I think Juice is gonna win. I stole that pun from you, Aksam.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I hope they see the baguettes and not the croissants, because the croissants wasn't. The baguettes on the other hand, they could be.
I hope that we're not psyching them out. Like, the Baguettes are an excellent team. We love you guys, you know? It's just that, like, Juice is also an excellent team, and we also love those guys. So we're kind of caught in the middle. It's like an Archie, Betty, Veronica situation. Sorry, guys. But we're kind of leaning towards Juice, just as far as pre-match.
I'm leaning towards Juice, but I'm hoping the Baguette surprise me.
If there's any one thing I want to see, a three... like an even game where, because it's best of 5, I guess.
Best of 7,
3-4 score at
Best
the end.
of
I
7,
wouldn't
yeah.
want to see a sweep. Yeah.
Now, as I'm
3-4.
looking at these really ancient scrolls that I have derived from the poll that we just did, the public opinion is also 63% for Juice, man, and 38% for Baguettes. And I think within this 4 people here, I will be the 30% or the 25% to be fair, to say Baguettes has a decent chance, because I reached out to them last night personally to ask them why, what was that play, and they explained it to me, and it made sense. You know, like, it was a little bit of overconfidence, it was a little bit of this and a little bit of Tina, my life kind of stuff happening, but I'm pretty sure they will get as the mouse. I'm been pointed out because I'm taking too much of their time, but I'm pretty sure that they have a chance in this match as well. All right, guys, I am so glad to have had you on the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. For anybody who hasn't seen him play, this guy is nasty on FPS. He makes everyone else look bad. And if you play Warzone, if you play Valorant, if you play any of those games, try not to play with Ampu. Unless you're like, try not to go against Ampu. That's what I would say. Play with him. You'll learn a lot, because then you'd be alive to see it. I think we are ready for the match. Let's jump in, boys. I will catch you guys later.
Thanks a lot, Aksam. I guess it falls to us, Yube, to kind of signal in this match that we've been calling the brunch, right? Juice versus the Baguettes, a very pun-rich area in terms of jokes as well. I'm looking forward to making a few through the match, hoping that they will land. But that aside, it is going to be a best of 7 match this time around, and we have 5 minutes on the clock already, and here we go. Okay, so we're jumping right into the middle of things, and it looks like things have already gone to a really intense state. The Baguettes already mounting an attack on Juice's side of the pitch. Raph now with the ball, Rusty challenging him. Can you believe that we're watching a match where Rusty is going up against Raph? Like, what a dream. Am I right?
Yeah, we are seeing the best of the best going up against the best.
Oh, that was a great bit of defending, and of course Yogurt comes in with that last touch to clear the ball and also set it up maybe, question mark? I guess we will see. Raph now trying to attack the goal, and Raph scores! Let's take a look at that replay. We gotta see it from his perspective. Alright, Raph just sneaking up. Nicely done. Off the backboard and into the goal. Kind of like a double tap. Set it up for himself and scored. What do you think, Yube?
That was Raph, the mechanical wizard, as I always say. That was a very standard goal from his side. I guess the Baguettes on the the defending now, but Juice should not get that comfortable because the Baguettes is a really strong team.
Ooh, that was a nasty setup there, but unfortunately Yogurt was there on the defense, and he tries to clear, but I guess the Baguettes aren't having it. And I agree with you there. These guys, look at that. Like, these guys can't even clear the ball because the Baguettes are so hungry for it. But that's cool, because we want to see them equalize as well. 3 minutes, 45 seconds and counting. And, ooh, the ball is dangerously close to the Juice side of the pitch. Probably the most amount of time it's consistently spent there, probably in the entire tournament. I don't know. We don't really see Juice on the defense very often, do we?
Yeah, we don't. Because Juice is a really strong team, and this is probably the first time they are going up against a team that is equal to them in mechanical and aerials.
That was a close one. And yes, Yube, you're totally right on that. Continue, please. Oh, and another setup probably by the Baguettes, but it looks like Juice is trying to clear it. I think they succeeded. Raf now taking the ball towards the goal. Anything can happen here. Voidweiser picking it up. No boost. He could have grabbed that one, but hey, it's cool. The ball still goes all the way to Rusty. The Baguettes get the equalizer with Ghost scoring. That was great. Let's take a look at that replay. Yube, what are your thoughts? Rusty beat two guys, right?
Well, there was like a pass from both sides, kind of outplaying the third man from Juice. So even though the Baguettes were a little bit bunched up, I feel like they're finally getting the communication in check, and we are seeing the Baguettes on their top performance.
I agree. We are very much seeing them perform really well as well. It just so happens Juice. Oh hey, all the players have stopped. I guess there's a ping issue or something, right? Okay,
yeah,
while they figure that out, let's just reiterate what's going on here. This is match number 3 of day 18, or I guess we can call it day 19 now. Day 19, second to last day of Dhiraagu Supersonic by Glitch Gaming. And the game has been paused from Juice's side, but we will be resuming very soon. Anyway, just to reiterate, we're seeing Juice take on the Baguettes in the upper bracket of the knockout stage of the tournament. After all this time, two teams that we thought would meet in the finals are now meeting at what would be technically the semifinals, I guess. And we've decided to call this match the brunch because, you know, Juice and the Baguettes. It's Aksam's idea. I think it's pretty good. But anyway, so far, let's talk about what we've seen from both teams, Yube. What are your thoughts? Who's really coming in swinging?
Well, so far, Juice was the first one to get a goal in, but the Baguettes retaliated instantly. And I'm seeing a really even back and forth from both teams, not saying one's better than the other, but we haven't seen much action from Yogurt or Hummus. And we are seeing Raf, you know, what I'd say is the backbone of Juice, handling all the weight right now. So yeah, looking forward to seeing all the other players from Juice, you know, pulling their own weight. And the Baguettes, on the other hand, are a good team. They are performing very well compared to last night. Maybe they can take few matches, but still leaning towards Juice.
I think that now that we see that the Baguettes are bringing the high level of play that we know them to bring, the odds have kind of shifted a little bit more towards the middle, I think. I don't think that poll that we kind of talked about before really reflects how things are. I think it could be 50-50 the way that we're seeing things. And they're still setting things up behind the scenes, so we will be joining the match as soon as they're ready. I suppose it'll be a 1-1 match at that point, but I guess we will see. Just to let everybody know, Juice was one of the really top teams in this tournament so far, getting perfect sweep after perfect sweep, not really struggling at all until, I suppose, their last match, which was against CAPALOT of all people. It was against Storm, my bad. Juice did struggle a little that time, but they still managed to come back and knock Storm to the lower bracket. The Baguettes, though, they were doing really well until their last match against CAPALOT, in which they really struggled, and it ended up being a 3-2 match. That is to say that it was a best of 5, and either team could have won, but the Baguettes narrowly managed to snatch that victory. So now it remains to be seen whether we will see that version of the Baguettes or the version we've been seeing so far. towards the later end of this tournament, I've been saying to you, Ben, we kind of been talking about how it doesn't matter how skilled you are if you're not consistent with it. But if you are consistent with it, then it becomes a lot more easy to predict what's going to happen when you do play. And it's kind of nice to see that Juice at least has been pretty consistent throughout the tournament, and Baguettes so far seems to be playing their good level of play. So let's talk strategy, Yube. So they're now even again, 1-1, right? So what do you think each team needs to do to pull ahead?
Well, the Baguettes with their last goal seem like they are, well, I'd say getting better control in the midfield. There was a nice rundown by Ghost. Maybe Juice a little bit weak in the middle, but strong on the sides, because we normally see Raf and Yogurt doing these great setups from the wall. Like Yogurt especially, like he makes a good setup, and then Raf is just jumped in, already waiting there for the goal. So that is the one weakness Baguettes can, take advantage of.
So the middle of the pitch, right? So perhaps direct shots towards the goal, perhaps unconventional setups, all these kind of things. And in terms of Juice, what do you think they can do against the Baguettes?
Well, honestly, I'd say they need to shut down one of the players. Raf is really good with, going up, setting up, and then taking out all the defenders. Maybe we're going to see more of that. And I don't think there is a way for the Baguettes to, play against that. Because we saw what that can do to a team, like make the whole defense look non-existent. So probably something we could see. And the third man, Hummus, is really good at defending, as we've seen before, and really good at cleanups. And Yogurt really good as the first man. So that is Juice. But the Baguettes can bring a lot of surprises. So that is what I'm expecting.
All right, and I've been informed, by the way, behind the scenes, that the game will be resuming with a score of 1-1. I think they might be waiting to take the time to 2 minutes 45 seconds or so. But they're still having some technical issues behind the scene. It seems that Juice is having a lot of net issues. But hey, we'll figure it out and we'll bring this game back to you as soon as we can. Just to remind everybody, this is day 18. Sorry, no, let me change that. It is now day 19. We're gonna count the day that we missed as one of the days. Anyway, it is now day 19 of Dhiraagu Supersonic by Glitch Gaming, and we're seeing Juice take on the Baguettes in the upper bracket of the knockout stage of the tournament. Whichever team that loses here is not out of the tournament, because they can still get knocked down to the lower bracket. And when they get knocked down to the lower bracket, the people who are waiting for them are the goal-hungry team CAPALOT, who have won 2 of their matches tonight in perfect sweeps against EVG and Storm, 2 teams which were considered to be extremely good, right? So it's not looking easy. It's like both of these teams, the Juice and the Baguettes, are facing each other, who are considered top-tier teams, and waiting for them below is this young hotshot just waiting to rock these guys' world, basically. So and we're still waiting for things to get set up behind the scenes. So let's talk a little bit about overall what we've seen from the tournament so far, Yube. We've been at this for basically 19 nights of Ramadan, right? So what do you think overall about this tournament? What would you say is the qualities that the winning teams show compared to some of the teams that were knocked out? What kind of traits do we need? What kind of players do you think are working better? That kind of thing.
Well, I'd say in the knockout stage, things are not going as we expect, and we're seeing some teams perform better than the other teams, and we're seeing a lot of, I'd say, so we think one team's going to win, but it's the other team that takes us by surprise and win. Because in the knockout stage, we're seeing some teams improve, really hard. They're improving on the go. And during the match, you can already see the improvement. And some teams, like CAPALOT, for example, is playing at a level of where they could challenge and beat either the Juice or the Baguettes. But before, we would have been like, no, they can't. They're one of the lower mid-tier teams. But now we consider them as people who would go to the final match.
In fact, I remember us talking about how CAPALOT and the Team 13 are somewhat connected because they train together, right? And this is supposed to be the younger, less experienced team. And to see them show this high level of play, and this isn't even anywhere close to probably their skill ceiling because they're so young, they've got so far to go. And I'm pretty excited to see what CAPALOT becomes in the future. Either way, the Baguettes and Juice Juice, though, that's kind of where we're at right now. And based on that play just now, it's very clear to see that we're seeing the Baguettes play at their best, and we're seeing Juice Juice play at their best. And I'm hoping that this is going to be one of those really, really close games, you know, with a really good back and forth, with both teams just needling each other and trying to find their weaknesses, and all sorts of things like that. But it would seem that everybody has predicted Juice Juice to be the winner here. Do you think that still is true, or do you think that the Baguettes stand a pretty decent chance? Because I'm starting to think that.
I mean, when you see the Baguettes at their top performance, they are a team that can rival Juice Juice or win against Juice Juice. But you know what I'm actually looking forward to is whoever loses will play against the new and improved CAPALOT. And CAPALOT either finds this as an obstacle or a stepping stone. And I would like to see CAPALOT improve even better and then challenge the team who beat tonight's, the other team. That's what I'm mostly looking forward to.
Yeah, same here. That's a pretty good point, and there's a lot to talk about that, alright? Consider this, right? CAPALOT is in the lower bracket because they lost to not Juice Juice, but the Baguettes, right? So if the Baguettes lose this match, it is a rematch, you know, like a grudge match against them. But at the same time, if they win that match, they go to the finals to face Juice Juice. Now, if Juice Juice lose, basically, they become this super big obstacle for CAPALOT to get to the Baguettes again in the finals. So either way, there's a lot of drama here, you know, and I'm here for it. And I've been informed that we'll be jumping into the game once again shortly. So just a little bit more of us just talking and kind of theorizing about what we're going to be seeing. You were saying?
Yeah, honestly, right now after this break, we can see both teams, you know, going and looking at their mistakes. Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you just then, but we're good now. Please continue.
So yeah, as I mentioned before, we've got this break due to, you know, connective issues. But either way, now the both teams, they get a break, and now they can look out for the mistakes they make, and hopefully they change their strats and find a way to, you know, dominate the match. That's what I think is going to happen. And the first match really depends on how the whole game goes.
I see. Well, I would also like to ask you this, right? Do you think that the fact that the match has been interrupted is going to be advantageous for them, or is it going to be bad for them? Because sometimes when you play longer, you kind of get into that flow state, right? But other times, maybe having a little time to step away, think, and re-strategize might be the best way. What do you think is going to happen? Which is better? Or rather, what do you think is more likely?
Well, honestly, since this is a really important match, maybe some time off would cool them off and give them a fresh start.
Alright, and with their second lease on life, both teams start 2 minutes 8 seconds and counting, and it is 1-1 on the scoreboard, and they're going at each other. And let's continue. Pumas, Yogurt there on the defense. It looks like the Baguettes might be leaving their defense slightly a little bit more open than they should be. But so far, Juice Juice hasn't managed to snap that up yet. Ghost patiently waiting for the ball. What just happened? But someone just got demoed, and I'm not sure who did it. But anyway, great setup by Ghost, but Raph knocks it out of the way. Voidweiser, and that was probably the culprit for the demolition. Raph now bringing the ball towards the goal. Ghost sends it all the way towards the towards the Juice Juice goal. My goodness! And there you have it. The Baguettes score their second goal. 1 minute 26 seconds remain on the clock. What are your thoughts, Ubed? That's quite a goal.
Yeah, that was an open net and possibly a miss from Juice Juice's side. Not something you really see from a team that consistently performs really well.
And now Juice Juice. Oh my goodness! Less than 3 seconds, or maybe even less than. I guess it was 2-ish seconds after kickoff. We have another goal by Juice Juice, the equalizer by Humus. What a goal! What a turnaround! What am I even gonna say? Yube, any thoughts on this insanity that we just saw?
We're seeing a pretty standard kickoff, first man goes in to kick off and the second man slowly creeps up. And if one of them cheats too much, then they'll lose position of the ball and it would be an easy goal for either team. So this is what we're seeing in standard ROC tournaments. This is what we're going to see in top tier players.
I see. Well, that's pretty great to see. 1 minute remain and the scoreboard is 2-2. This is probably one of the most competitive matches I've seen in a long time. Anyway, but the Baguettes sending the ball towards Juice Juice side of the pitch. Juice Juice immediately stopping it in the midfield. And it doesn't look like the middle of the pitch is particularly vulnerable now. It doesn't seem like these guys are taking it up to the air as much as they used to. But hey, it's working out, sort of. 37 seconds and counting. The Baguettes now pressing the attack on the Juice Juice goal, but the defenders are doing everything they can to get it away. Raph going up against Rusty, what a sentence. Anyway, Yogurt going up against Ghost. Raph now trying to clear the ball. I wonder whether he'll make it, and it looks like he does, but immediately the Baguettes send it back, and it's sent back into the Baguettes side of the pitch. Rusty intercepts it. I guess he's going to try to clear it, and he does succeed. 10 seconds on the clock. Raph going for the ball. We might see overtime here, but then we might see a last-second goal in some unexpected way. And we have overtime. I was going to just say that this could be a goal, but it looked like they couldn't capitalize on that one. Overtime with 2-2 on the scoreboard. The Baguettes versus Juice Juice. So far, this match that we've been affectionately calling the brunch is working out quite nicely. It's pretty exciting. Oh, what a great opportunity for Juice Juice. Could this be a goal? I guess not. Yube, who do you think is going to make the first mistake?
Well,
based
it
on
looks
the
like
way that they're playing right now.
Oh,
this could be it.
Offensive offense.
And this is it. Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting that.
You were right.
Yeah. With the way they were playing, the Baguettes were just bunched up, and they were a little bit too disoriented, and Juice Juice took advantage of that instantly.
That is what you talk about, right? When it comes to these top tier teams, the first mistake you make, usually the last mistake, because these guys will snap it up just like that. And now Juice Juice have drawn first blood in this match. They now have 1 win. But hey, just to remind everybody, this is a best of 7. Or is it a best of 3? Looks like it's kind of changed. But either way, Juice Juice now have 1-1, and the Baguettes need to equalize badly. So let's take a look at these stats and talk about what the Baguettes can possibly do to come back from this, Yube. Do you have any thoughts?
The Baguettes could come back if they cleaned up their rotation a little bit and cleaned it up in the comms, because I feel like they're bunched up too much. So that's what I think.
Yeah. So when one player is beaten, most of them are beaten anyway. So they need to spread out a little bit more, work on their rotations, talk a little bit more, and maybe be less nervous, trust each other a little bit more. We've been seeing pretty good play from the Baguettes so far, at least compared to their previous match. So I'm hoping that they're able to pull it together and really show us the excellence that brought them to this point, rather than having them just kind of, sputter out and go out on a very undignified note. Either way, Juice Juice versus the Baguettes. We've seen the first one being played. Juice Juice won that game, and now we are about to start the game, I suppose. And with 5 minutes on the clock, as soon as both teams are ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go! Alright, we have kickoff. Immediately, the Baguettes send the ball into the Juice Juice side of the pitch. Ghost aggressively pursuing it. Rusty trying to get it in the air. Raph now trying to clear the ball, but I'm not really sure it was very successful. It's back on the Baguette side. Kumas now clearing. I think he's trying to create an opportunity for himself. Yogurt trying to defend, or intercept I should say, but he didn't quite get there. Rusty grabs the boost on the Juice Juice side of the pitch. Tries to create an opportunity.
You guys shouldn't give the ball to Raph, because he's a really dangerous person to roam freely. And we're seeing Thomas do a lot more well than the other matches we've seen him. He's performing really good.
While we were sleeping, Yogurt just scored. Let's take a look at this. Yube, what do you think of this one? This is just a really long range, really narrow angle kind of goal. Very skilled. right?
A very yogurty goal, that's what I'd say.
I'm totally with you. Like, that is one of those unexpected, weird kind of goals that Yogurt sometimes does tend to score. And hey, look at that, another aggressive action towards the goal. Pressure's on for the Baguettes. Juice have already won one game, so they win this one.
Nice pinch from Raph.
Nice bit of defending there. Rusty trying to take the ball forward by any means necessary. There's only one person to beat now, but it is Hummus, and Hummus is gonna make it easy. Raph challenges the ball up in the air, and I think he won the challenge because the ball did end up on the Baguette side of the pitch. Hummus trying to score, but he did not get the momentum. He needed rough attacks. Another nice bit of defending. That was great. And I'm looking forward to seeing the equalizer from the Baguettes, but it looks like Raph scores goal number 2. 3 minutes 36 seconds into this. Let's take a look. Did the Baguettes just accidentally set it up for Raph?
Well, something like that. I guess they were expecting the third man to clear up, but he was in a bad position, kind of facing away from the ball, but Raph was just waiting there. It's like he knew the ball was going to end up there somehow.
That level of insight and judgment, I'm totally in awe of this, because those are like split-second decisions, and yet these players keep consistently getting it right so many times. I would really love to talk to one of these players, whoever wins the tournament, just to see what their mentality is like when the game's going on, because this is just incredible to see, Anyway, now we have Juice with 2 goals and the Baguettes 0. They're in a pretty bad position, but Ghost is coming back with that really lovely goal. Let's take a look at that replay. Yubet, what are your thoughts? That was a 2-man setup, right?
That was a very interesting goal by Ghost. He hit it in a corner. I guess Juice was a little bit too slow on the react because they probably thought it was just a miss by the goalpost.
And that is where the window opportunity came in. And Raph! Oh my god! Kickoff goal, 3 minutes remaining on the clock, and wow. What a guy! What a goal! What can I even say to that?
I like how even though he missed on the first shot to the backboard, he was ready to react on it. So I'd say mechanics-wise, he's probably the best player in the tournament so far.
I'm starting to see it too, and it is something that we see very often from Raph, that he would just do a setup and score his own goal, but that's usually because he's kind of like sticking around to just double tap the ball just to make sure that it gets somewhere. And that was a great attack there by the Baguettes, but of course the defense caught that one a little too obvious, I guess. Ghost trying to make something happen, but the accuracy was not quite there. It looks like Raph's got the ball again. And Rusty. Oh, a bunch of demolitions. Oh, what a close opportunity. That could have been a great goal for the Baguettes, a much needed one. 2 minutes, 22 seconds remain, and we're still counting down. Puma's now putting pressure on the Baguettes. Raph, Ghost, Yogurt. It could really be anyone's ball right now. And that was a double commit on the defense. I think they kind of bumped into each other. Yogurt now slowing the pace, just casually taking the boost, and goes up into the air. Yogurt's pretty good with his aerial play, so it's really cool to see him in his element like this. Anyway, now the ball's back on the Juice side of the pitch, and the Baguettes trying to make something happen, but of course Juice threw them back into the defensive. They need 2 goals in 1 minute 45 seconds, and that's not easy. Juice are not making it easy at all. And yet, the Baguettes finally have made it to the Juice side of the pitch. Rusty going for the ball, but of course, Juice kind of make it really hard for him. Yogurt now creeping in forward with the ball. I wonder what he's going to do. A nice bit of defending there by the Baguettes. Yube, it looks like the Baguettes are kind of in a deadlock right now.
Yeah, Baguettes not being able to perform well as a team, but Juice, like, the 3 players, like, they're on the same page. They're putting in the pressure, like, utilizing the already really oppressive offense, the Baguettes on the back foot. So, I don't know, they need to mix up their strategy and go for a little bit indirect play. And we see the Baguettes employ a lot of demos. They can use that against like players like Yogurt or Raph to shut them down completely.
Oh my goodness, Yogurt scores the 4th goal with under a minute remaining on the clock. It does not look good for the Baguettes. I think that Juice is about to take this one. And if this is the kind of play we see reflected in the next one, it could be a sweep.
Yeah, looks like a perfect sweep once again.
Who would have thought that Juice would sweep the Baguettes? Who would have thought that the Baguettes would get swept?
Yeah, that's not something we expect because this is literally the semi-finals, and you would think two teams would be like neck and neck, like as close, but Juice clearly showing that they're
Oh my
mechanical
goodness!
better.
Ghost scores second goal for the Baguettes. Sorry to interrupt you there, Yube, but that was Ghost did his own setup and also scored quite an unconventional goal there. Yogurt missed the ball, and now we are at 2-4, and we have 31 seconds remaining. And I don't know, it's still possible, It's improbable, but it's not impossible. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what the Baguettes are able to pull off in this really high tension situation. But hey, Raf is now trying to create another opportunity for them. Another opportunity created. I think that was Yogurt, but it could be Humus. These players are all interchangeable in terms of skill, I think, except for Raf, who does have that mechanical superiority, but they're all over the place. Less than 10 seconds, less than 4 seconds. I think this is Juice's. There's no way. Yeah, there you go. Juice now with a 2-0 lead against the Baguettes. Yube, what are your thoughts overall of the match we just saw?
Well, mostly we saw Juice completely take over the pace throughout the whole game, and the Baguettes kind of push back, not seeing the usual we see. Like, okay, they've improved a lot from last night. We don't see much open goal. Like, there's a little bit better communication, but they need to be on the same page if they want to deal with Juice, because currently they are on top shape. They are not missing any shots. The Raf is like exceptionally better tonight. So Baguettes really need to watch out for them and try to do something about it.
I see. Well, let's hope that they're listening, and let's hope that they realize this and make adjustments as necessary. Because the way that things are looking right now, the only chance that the Baguettes stand to win is a perfect sweep and nothing less, right? Sorry, a reverse sweep, I should say. My bad. So, actually, I've been told once again that apparently 7, I guess the graphics will be updated to reflect that. So, Juice are currently 2 in, which means that they do have a significant advantage, but the Baguettes still do have a chance. The next game, I think, is going to be the one that really decides what's going to happen here. If the Baguettes can take this one, and the one after that, then they stand a pretty good chance of winning. But right now, looking at the way that they're playing, it doesn't seem very likely, does it, Yube?
Yeah, so far the Baguettes not showing the level they should be to compete against a team like Juice. But I'm surprised Juice is not getting that many goals in. Like, they seem to be playing really comfortably, playing to their strengths, but the Baguettes not finding a way to deal with Juice's attacks. Mostly they look slow compared to Juice.
It looks like they're very much on the defensive and kind of scrambling sometimes, compared to Juice is more kind of organized and calculated movements. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, a lot of inconsistency. The Baguettes.
Great setup there by Juice, but unfortunately they couldn't quite capitalize on that one. But it looks like the ball's back on the Juice side. And it's back on the Baguette side.
But getting a sweep in a best of 7 is really unlikely. And if Juice can pull it off, then hats off to them. They're probably a really good team and they deserve to be champion.
I could agree with that. And look at that. 4 minutes, 20 seconds into the game, we have Juice with the first goal. And that was quite cool. And now the Baguettes once again on the defensive. They can't afford to lose any more games. Maybe one more game, but still, it wouldn't be a position. It wouldn't be an enviable position, like I wouldn't want them to be in that really stressful situation. But hey, we'll see how things turn out. The Baguettes now mounting their offense on the Juice goal. Oh, that was a near miss. That could have been a great opportunity.
That was a triple commit on the defense from Juice side, and they're still somehow making it work.
Oh my god, that was almost a goal. And on the clear, I see the Baguettes double committing, but they haven't really suffered for it. And the ball falls into the open goal, and the Ghost scores. Nicely done. I think there was a double commit on the defense of Juice, right? And both players
double commit. Yeah, and they missed. Oh, really bad. That is not the type of mistakes they should be making this far into the game.
that is exactly what you were talking about, though, you know? In this high level of play, when you make one mistake, the other team is there immediately to capitalize on that. Great setup there by Rusty. I wonder if something's going to happen here. Oh, did the defense hold? And another shot, and Ghost scores for the Baguettes. Well done, Ghost. That was wonderful. Let's take a look at that replay. And what a setup by Rusty. And also Voidweiser. I guess it's a two-man setup once again. I think we're seeing the Baguettes kind of start to turn things around, hopefully. 3 minutes 33 seconds on the clock. And we have kickoff once again. Voidweiser sending the ball forward, but it looks like Juice Juice has sent it back. And Voidweiser sending it forward again, and Juice Juice sends it back. It's kind of like table tennis at this point, but now it looks like the ball's more on the Juice Juice side. I spoke too soon. It's now back on the Baguette side. We're not seeing any good setups or attempts at the goal at the moment. I guess both teams are still struggling to maintain control of some part of the pitch other than their own goal line. And that just goes to show that these guys are all over the place, making life hard for each other, which is just great, I guess. But now the Juice Juice seems to be closing in on the Baguette's side of the pitch. And Voidweiser manages to clear it. I wonder what he's going to do with this. He could try to score, but I guess that the defense is not going to let that happen. Ghost intercepts the ball and prevents the clear. The ball now back on the Baguette side. That was a nice bump there by Ghost. Rusty preventing the clear once again. Could this be an opportunity? Oh, what a great opportunity. And oh no, Ghost just bumped into it in like a really strange way, which resulted in the ball just going in some random direction. But hey, this is kind of putting Juice Juice on the defensive, which is something that probably is good for them, for the Baguettes, because it means that eventually any defense cracks, right, Yube?
Yeah, so far, like at the beginning of the match, Juice Juice controlled the pace, and now as the match is going forward, it looks like the Baguettes are pushing Juice Juice back, because they got one more goal in due to Juice Juice making a huge whip, but that put Baguettes in a really comfortable position, and they're taking all the advantage out of it.
And absolutely, and while we were talking about this, there have been so many near misses at the Baguette's end of the goal. It is just one good shot after the next. And now Baguettes finally managed to clear the ball. It remains to be seen whether they can take advantage of this. They're fighting ferociously over it. Raf's now got the ball, and it's been stolen away again. Yogurt now with the ball, trying to make something happen. Stolen away again. And now they're just pressuring the Juice Juice side of the pitch near the goal. And Juice Juice have no choice but to fall on the defensive. They can't even make any attacks. Oh, near miss for Ghost. But all of these near misses...
A lot more Voidweiser now. I feel like he was a little bit, sleeping when the first match happened, and halfway through this match now, he's a bit more active and doing what he has to do and actually pushing Juice Juice back. Maybe
I can totally see that, yeah.
It could be a whole different story in the next match with him pulling his own weight.
And now we have less than a minute left, and oh my goodness, no, my god!
Oh my god.
That was like 4/5 a goal, and yet somehow the Baguettes saved, preventing Juice Juice from getting that equalizer with less than a minute left, y'all. Like, that's wild. 30 seconds remaining and the Baguettes are still attacking. Love to see it. All right. Now the players aren't even going for the ball, they're going for each other. It's amazing. 20 seconds left and we're still counting down. The ball's going either way. And here's the cool thing, right? If the Baguettes just waste time and like bounce the ball around here and there, they still win because they do have that goal advantage. But it looks like they're genuinely attempting to make like some attacks and setups and just trying to score. The clock has reached 0. Let's see what happens. Oh my god! Equalizer for Juice Juice, the clock at 0. What is this? What is this match right now? And we're still gonna get kickoff, right? Before the time goes into overtime.
No, it goes direct into overtime from 0-0.
Okay, thank God for that, because that would have been weird. But anyway, overtime now, 2-2, the Baguettes and Juice Juice. What a turnaround! You cannot predict this, my goodness.
Baguettes is a team that, Juice Juice is a team, when the clock starts counting down, their attacks become really aggressive and they get a goal in. And
no matter what, I guess.
The Baguettes should always be ready.
Voidweiser now attacking the goal, and near miss for the Baguettes. That was a great opportunity, 25 seconds in, and let's see what they do. What do you think would be the strategy right now.
Overcommitment on Baguette's side, kind of leaving the goal open. Juice comfortably, rotating forward. It's Raf winning a challenge. He won a challenge against two players just now. And Yogurt trying to make a setup. This is looking really dangerous for the Baguettes.
Juice now having the ball inside the Baguette side of the pitch. Oh my god, the Baguettes immediately steal it back and take it, but Raf is waiting for them, and he's like, not today. But I guess it was today. They totally intercept the ball. Could this be the fatal mistake? I think that now it's time to go for something like demos and boost stuffs or something like that, because the more you can pin out the herd, the more advantage you'll have that, and the less likely two players can hold back three. I don't know. Raf now going for the goal. Nice defending. Ghost now taking the ball forward. I love that team play just now. And Humus taking it towards the goal. Wow.
So many shots from Juice. I'm surprised.
Oh my god! The Baguettes score 1 minute 29 seconds into the game. What a turnaround. And now the Baguettes have won their first game. Oh my god. Yube, I'm gonna take a little time, and with you as well, just after this match, just let's reflect. What's going on?
I don't know, like the Baguettes, they had a weak link Voidweiser, and then once he started playing like as he should, then he's like it's a whole new game for the Baguettes. But Juice is like they've been consistent throughout the game, and they had a few too many whiffs, which led to them losing this match. So hopefully next match we would see both teams improving on their mistakes and like showing another level of skill.
So far, I'm really happy to see the Baguettes actually come back and grab this one, because it would have been such a shame for them to just go down so easily, I mean, okay, maybe easily is not the right term, because they are putting up a fight. It's just that, like, with basic mistakes and weird, bits of luck, that wouldn't have really been the way for the Baguettes to go down. So I'm glad that they're putting up a fight, and to be able to take one game from Juice, that's not nothing. And Juice themselves, the fact that they were able to equalize with nothing on the clock, that's just plain impressive.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, so
it's to be expected from a team like Juice. Like we've seen them pull off really insane things, and the Baguettes also not a team to be sleeping on. We're going to see how good it will be with one of the most important players of the team waking up and playing as he should.
And which player are you specifically referring to, Yube?
Voidweiser.
Of course. Voidweiser, a pretty good player and someone who has been but we're about to see some really awesome stuff from them, I hope. Anyway, we'll be seeing the next match, the next game real soon. They're just setting things up on the in the behind the scenes stuff. Wait, what am I saying? They're just setting stuff up behind the scenes. My bad. I'm just too excited. I can't wait to jump into the game. Anyway, day 19 of Dhiraagu Supersonic. That's where you wound up tonight, watcher/listener. Make sure you type GG in the chat for a chance to win a muscle case, and an assorted muscle case, and or a free pizza from Pizza Buono. Anyway, we've seen Juice go up against the Baguettes. The Juice have won 2 matches, and the Baguettes have won 1, right? And just to remind you, it is a best of 7, so whoever wins 4 in a row is gonna be in a really favorable position. So Yube, let's talk strategy. The Baguettes are definitely on the back foot right now, right? So what should their focus be on in the next game?
Well, we're not saying as much as demolitions they used before, because the Baguettes is a team that I've seen has used very perfectly timed demos to set up goals or to defend. So maybe they can try that strategy, but then again, we haven't seen a lot of bump players from Juice's side, which render the whole defense useless. That is something we have not seen from Raf. Like later into the match, we did not see Raf play as much as he should be. Mostly we saw Yogurt and Humus playing. So
what do you think that's about? Do you think that he's being shut down, or do you think that he's just holding back to kind of conserve stamina?
Maybe he was shut down. Maybe he just wasn't getting good plays in. you tend to mess up, right, as these matches go on, but
Of course.
he can't afford to make these mistakes because this is really important match. Because if Juice wins this one, then they have to win one more match, and they'll win this series.
Exactly, and we have kickoff, by the way, so things are real exciting, real fast, and the score currently stands at 0-0, of course. We have 4 minutes 30 seconds on the clock, and the match initially started with the ball very much on the Baguette's side, but now it's on Juice's side, and that was a narrow miss again. Pretty nice attacking going on from the Baguette's so far, I've seen. But Raph now rushing for the boost, trying to make something happen here, but it looks like it's still the Baguette's ball. And they're attacking. Oh, unfortunately, Void's really nice attempt did not quite meet its target. Yogurt's now bumping into Rusty. Raph setting it up. Is this a goal? And it looks like it is. A beautiful goal, I think. Let's take a look at that replay. Yubek, what do you think?
I mean, it's Raph doing his classic setups for Yogurt, and Yogurt just dunking it from, I guess, 3 players defending the goal.
And I love that setup because, you know, a couple of inches lower and it could have been a goal. So the Baguettes probably thought that the threat was over once it bounced off the backboard. They'd be like, whew, thank God, it didn't go in. But nope, Yogurt was waiting and they were like, yeah, it's a goal. Oh my goodness, another near, another great opportunity for Juice. My goodness, the Baguettes must be really feeling it right now. Juice is really giving it everything they've got, hammering it in towards the Baguette's side of the goal. Can they clear this before something terrible happens? I guess so. And 3 minutes 30 seconds into the match, and the Baguettes have no goal right now.
And Thomas returns it back to the Baguette side, you know, just pressuring in the goal, just not giving them a chance to breathe.
Oh my God, the defense is so solid that it almost feels like there's always 2 players on the ball. And what a near miss for Rusty just now. That was spectacular. Wow. The battle is really happening in the midfield right now, isn't it? And now it's back on the Baguette side. Ghost takes it forward, and Rusty trying to set something up for his team. And I guess Ghost is the third man waiting, Voidweiser. Rusty tries to get the goal in, but the accuracy is not quite there. Ghost also does not get the touch that he quite wanted. Raph on the ball, taking it towards the Baguette's side of the pitch. Wow, what the heck just happened? I think a bunch of cars just got bumped, but hey, whatever works. Raph now taking the ball towards the Baguette's goal once again, intercepted in the air. See, it's a really close match right now, but right now, if things go the way they go, I think that the Juice obviously have the advantage goal-wise, and they're in a more comfortable spot, and I don't know how much longer the Baguettes can keep fighting against this at this high pressure and not crack. Oh, what a great setup there, but of course, returned by Juice. They're not having it. Yogurt now preventing their clear. Ghost trying to clear it, trying to set it up for himself. Could this be a goal? Nope. Raph with that fantastic bit of defending. He is just so good mechanically, as you say. He just seems to know exactly what to do.
You know, even though if you defend one of his shots, he's ready to react to the way you defend and hold it in position to go for another shot. So Raph is somebody...
It's almost as if he expects it to be defended, right? And if he's wrong, then it's a goal.
And he's ready to hit it again. So Raph is a player to really look out for.
Oh my goodness! And Uma scores the second goal after Juice have been thrashing the Baguette's side of the goal, you know? Somehow there was a miss, there was another miss, and I think it bumped into one of the defenders, and then that's how it went in. But hey, that's what happens. 1 minute 28 seconds. Looks like the Baguettes are under the heaviest pressure that they've been in for a while. They're now trying to clear the ball. Ghost successfully does clear it. And it looks like it could be a setup, but the defenders are all up in there. And it looks like it was a double commit on the attack as well. Raph now moving the ball towards the Baguette's side of the pitch. Setting it up. Hummus. It's now Voidweiser. Immediately challenged by Yogurt. 1 minute remains to score 2 goals. Can they do it? Possible, but it's gonna be hard. Anyway, Raph and Voidweiser challenging each other in the air. Hummus and Ghost. I'm noticing that the Baguettes are now starting to bump into each other a little bit more. Maybe they're nervous.
Yeah, maybe, you know, getting pushed back with 2 goals and they are really falling under the pressure.
And did you see that just now? It was Rusty going for that boost, and then Raf came from behind and just blew him up. Anyway, 30 seconds remain. Another great set, another great bit of defending from Raf. How can you score 2 goals against Juice in 30 seconds? It's improbable, I'm gonna say. 17 seconds remain and counting. Oh, Rusty! That could have been a great opportunity, but his positioning was kind of bad. Oh, Ghost once again committing on the same attack. We have less than 10 seconds in, so I'm gonna say that this one goes to Juice. There's just no way. Is there? Yeah, there you go. The winner is Juice. They now have 3 wins, right? So since this is a best of 7, just to remind everybody, if Juice wins this next one, that's it for them. They win the entire match, right? And if the Baguettes want to stand any chance, the only thing they can do now is a reverse sweep. And, I mean, it doesn't really seem possible. The window of opportunity seems shrinking. What do you think, Yube?
Well, Juice played exceptionally well just now, and they kind of pushed back the Baguettes. And we're not really seeing Rusty in his element. We're not seeing him do what he does best, and we're not seeing White Visor with his good positioning. Is the Baguettes playing at the performance they always do, or is Juice just the better team? That's what I'm wondering now. Because most of the players from Juice's side, they all I'd say they're all in the same page. They're all performing as they should. I mean, this time Raf brought the game. He should have brought the last match, but now it doesn't matter. Now they have 3 wins. They just need 1 more. So it's going to be really interesting to see.
I totally agree with you there, and I do have this kind of outsider perspective observation that I'm starting to see from this match at least. So hear me out, right? So one of the games that I've been playing recently is Sekiro, that From Software game, and it's about samurai swords or whatever. And one of the things that I noticed about that game's flow of combat is that the only opportunities that you get are ones that you create for yourself, because the only time the enemy is defending is when you're attacking. So applying that logic here, it seems that what Juice is doing is just pressing the attack constantly so that the Baguettes have no choice but to keep defending. And hey, look at that! Huma's score is less than 6... how much? I guess about 6 seconds into the game, Humas has scored. But anyway, as I was saying, by consistently attacking the Baguettes, they're always on the defensive, and that's when the openings start showing up, right? So I think that maybe the Baguettes also need to attempt the same strategy and just start attacking. And look at that! Both of those players whiffed. Was that on purpose?
Yeah, I guess both teams made a fake out there.
Oh my goodness, that was a narrow miss.
So we're seeing so many demos and so many whips at the same time. It's like both teams are mirroring each other.
Oh my goodness, another great opportunity there for the Baguettes. I'm just sitting on the edge of my seat right now. It could really be either one. And once again, if Juice wins this one, that's it for the Baguettes. They fall to the lower bracket where CAPALOT is waiting to devour them. No pun intended. But at the same time, they need to start winning, and they need to start winning real soon, and it's gotta be a lot. And I'm not really seeing a performance from the Baguettes that can reflect a team that could obtain this result. What do you think, Cuban?
Well, I don't know. The Baguettes look like they are on the losing side, but they can pull off what I'd say they can pull off in few matches possibly, but we are not seeing the level we are supposed to see from them. But Juice is playing really well tonight. They're not making that many mistakes, and
oh my god, what a great shot again. Yes, they definitely seem to be, and the Baguettes don't seem to be. I don't know why, but either way, Juice is really giving it to these guys, and yet the Baguettes are putting on, I think, a really good fight. I think they've it's kind of sunk into them that they have to win this one no matter what, that there are no more chances. I mean, other than, the second life, but hey, what was that? Players of the Baguettes just bumped into each other on the pitch. That doesn't seem normal.
We're seeing a lot of chaos unfold in this. So many bumps, so many demos, and
oh my god. Yogurt scores again. 3 minutes, 3 seconds in. And looks like Juice is quickly working to secure their position. The Baguettes now under even more pressure. They were struggling to score once. Now they gotta do it twice. And I'm not sure where this is gonna go. Both players, Humas and Voidweiser, with the kickoff going for the ball, which kind of killed its momentum, but I guess that's okay. Anyway, Yogurt now pressing the attack for Juice, and the Baguettes desperately trying to defend. Rusty, Humas, Voidweiser, Raph. It's still Voidweiser. The Ghost now trying to create an opportunity for his team, but Yogurt manages to clear it. Yogurt manages to clear it and take the ball deep into the Baguette's side, once again putting them on the defensive, preventing them from staging any further attacks. But hey, they managed to send it all the way back. This could be something, but Raph is waiting. So is Yogurt, actually. Another setup and another interception, and clear by Humas. I like that. It's heading towards a relatively empty goal, but luckily Voidweiser and some of the other members of the Baguettes managed to fall back. Yogurt now making an attack on the Baguette's goal, but of course it's intercepted by Rusty. Oh, great opportunity for Rusty. Sorry, that was Ghost just now, my bad. But anyway, great opportunity just then for Ghost, but he didn't have the boost he needed to really do any aerial stuff, so unfortunately couldn't do much.
It's really bad for the Baguettes.
Yeah, like that was like 2 attacks in the span of 1 sentence, and that was a demolition just then. Ghost now trying to desperately clear the ball with 6% of boost remaining. I wonder what he's even going to be able to do. Voidweiser trying to create a setup for his team, but Yogurt's there to interrupt the momentum. Rusty. Voidweiser. The setup by Ghost, and it looks like the Juice have returned it again. 1 minute, 18 seconds and counting. Humas scores again! Wow! Humas scores for Juice again. So this is 1 minute, 16 seconds remaining on the clock, and the Baguettes are 3-0. Doesn't look good, Yube. It looks like we're about to see the Baguettes fall to the lower bracket.
Yeah, it's like Juice is going to be taking this one. But if they can get 3 goals in under 1 minute, like 10 seconds, then they have a fighting chance. They could come back. But
and
with the way...
I would argue that at that point, they low-key deserve to be in the final,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but I would argue because Juice is not letting up at all. They're not making any mistakes, and we're seeing every player just perform at top form.
So what do you do when your opponent is good in the midfield, good at scoring, and good on the defense? I have no idea. I guess the Baguettes are also kind of wrestling with this particular question right now. 40 seconds remain, and they're still going at it. But hey, at least the ball's on the Juice side instead of the Baguette side, which is where it definitely shouldn't be. But in any case, Rusty now going for the ball. That was a miss, but luckily there was another person there to compensate for that. Nice setup, but there wasn't anybody to really take advantage of it. It doesn't seem like good communications going on. The ball once again back on the Baguette side. Easily defended though. Humas now trying to set it up. Again, easily defended. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. It looks like it's gonna be Juice's. Looks like Juice is gonna be the finalist on one side. We have less than 10 seconds. I really don't think you can score. Ooh. Ref scores the 4th goal. Yes. The only way for the Baguettes to win right now is to score 4 goals in 4 seconds, and I don't think that that's within the realms of possibility. I wouldn't count on it, you know? 4 seconds to go, we have kickoff, and maybe the Baguettes should at least score 1 goal just as a way to say, hey, you know, we played, we tried, but maybe not. Juice take their 4th win, and with that, Juice goes to the final. Amazing. Juice just beat out the Baguettes and knocked them down into the lower bracket, and now Juice are gonna be going to the finals. This is fantastic. I mean, it was kind of like what we predicted, but still I'm happy to see it. Where are you at, Yube? How do you feel?
Well, I mean, we all predicted that Juice would win, and I was leaning mostly towards it. It looked like most like a perfect sweep, and I'm even surprised that the Baguettes got 1 match in. So, you know, props to the Baguettes for playing hard, and props to Juice for playing at the level I want them to be playing at.
Yeah, at least they're not knocked out of the tournament, huh? The Baguette side.
Yeah.
So we might actually see a rematch at the finals if they're able to overcome CAPALOT. But hey, looks like the grudge match is on now. So CAPALOT versus the Baguettes is going to decide who gets to go on to play against Juice. And I think that Aksam's going to be joining us soon. Hello, are you there?
Yes, I am just I just heard the beep 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 of the oven. I forgot about it, and as soon as I got the bread out, the baguette was burnt.
Whoops. It looks like
Whoopsie
they
doodle.
are. They just got completely dominated.
Don't put all your baguettes in the same basket. Like that's what I've got to say. That's what happened. I was rooting for them the whole time until I started to realize towards the middle of the third game, I realized that this was baguettes at their limit. They were at their limit. They were pushing 90 the whole way. Like they tried really hard, but at the end of the day, Juice outplayed them. Baguettes need to go back to the drawing board because tonight Juice players were finally using both hands to play Rocket League. That's what I saw. There was wizardry involved on the side of Juice. I kind of like JJ standing like that. Could it be a JoJo reference? I don't know. But that's what happens. You get to see these kind of plot twists happen all the time. But the Baguettes have fallen down to the lower bracket, and that gives them a chance to fight out against CAPALOT and get to the finals as well. But CAPALOT seems to have been our favorite so far. They've been proving themselves quite consistently. What do you guys say?
I think that the rematch of the Baguettes versus CAPALOT might be one of the most intense matches that we get in the tournament so far, unless of course the Baguettes fold, which I hope they don't. So I'm looking forward to something really gnarly. I'm looking to like a really brutal match, and I'm looking forward to CAPALOT to win. I think they really can.
To be honest, I'm hoping that in one of my matches that we see here, we might accidentally change the settings and put in a beach ball instead. That would be a laugh to see everybody just like jumping around. For anybody who doesn't know, especially our technical team as well, who was ignorant about this fact, there is a way to change the ball physics in the game as well. CC Kiki.
Wouldn't that make the game harder though?
The game's hard enough if you play against Juice.
It's true. Oh, what a night, y'all. It's like 12:44 now, and it's been a nail-biter throughout.
Yeah, it has. It's been really exciting. CAPALOT having shown us that they could be pulling that fated underdog story all the way to the end. They could be doing that. And on the other side, we saw the Baguettes. My favorite, not gonna lie, they were really at their form in the third game, you'd say. Like, I'm sure you guys would agree. They barely let Juice have any control over the ball as well for a very long time, kept on their rotations. But I think it wasn't the boost on the field that ran out, but the boost in the hearts. And hopefully they will have a refill when they go into the lower brackets. But then again, fingers not so crossed because it's CAPALOT, right? Like,
I'm a big fan of the underdog story, always have been. So I'm rooting for CAPALOT for this one. I want to see a young and less experienced team just go up against giants and overcome them. That would be the best outcome for me.
What do you think, Yube? Like, do you think the final's gonna be between CAPALOT and Juice, or?
Well, after what CAPALOT showed me tonight, I want them to win tomorrow, and I think they will win tomorrow because either CAPALOT's gonna treat the Baguettes as an obstacle, or as a way for them to improve, or a way to improve, and then take Juice on. Because then we would see possibly like the best underdog story ever. Don't you guys agree?
You see, the funny part about this underdog story is that CAPALOT is playing twice against two teams that they've already played against. They played against EVG, beat the crap out of them, then had to beat them again after being defeated by the Baguettes. Right? And then now they're going to be having to go up against the Baguettes as well. And I can just imagine them going like, oh man! But this could be to their advantage.
And I do want to say one more thing, yeah? I took a look back at some of the previous matches we've had, and on day 6, the first match we had was CAPALOT versus Juice. Who would have thought that could seriously be one option for the final? Who would have thought?
And back then, CAPALOT was just barely getting a little bit of a hair under their chin because they were just warming up. And right now, they're taking this. They've taken the storm out, technically. with a perfect sweep. Like, oh,
I think
that level-
CAPALOT's matches were really this full, like the highest source of enjoyment for me tonight. I loved watching them the most.
That's true. I was hoping Baguettes would put up a little bit more of a fight, but here we are. C'est la vie, c'est la mort.
Yep. So next match, I'm definitely going to be rooting for CAPALOT. I think I might even wear a cap. I don't know.
Oh no, we're wearing suits, guys. Tomorrow night's the last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I totally, kind of whiffed on that one.
Whiffed on that one. You learn well, young Padawan. So
Yeah.
basically, we've come to the end of tonight. Tonight, we just saw CAPALOT cap twice, and really, really, make us proud with the efforts that they were putting. And we also saw the Baguettes humbled. Yesterday, we saw the Baguettes worried. Today, we saw them humbled and brought down a few notches down to the lower bracket, and now it's up to them to prove themselves once more. They are a really powerful team when they play together, when everybody's awake and alert. But what we saw was Juice kind of like juicing them all the way out. You know, they squeezed every last drop out of the Baguettes, and they got that win. They deserved that win.
They made a baguette juice, technically.
I was hoping you wouldn't mention that because I can almost taste it now. But we
Man,
have
it's so sad to see such a good team really taken to their limits, huh?
We've actually come to our limit as well tonight, because in a bit I think Dhiraagu might call me up and tell us to end the stream because we're running too late. So let's get to the most important part of tonight, which is Mooney. I'll let you guess this one.
Is it the assorted mustard case?
Who would have known? Yes, it is. Thank you so much. Let's go to see our lucky draw winners. First of all, for Pizza Bona, finally I'm reading it the way it's supposed to be read, because Tip Top from Twitch wins this. I recognize this name.
I love this name.
Yes, congratulations, sir. Thank you so much for the consistent support on our streams, and also for managing our chat as well. I was watching you live on TV. Thank you so much, and congratulations on the pizza. And now, for the moment that we've all been waiting for, the Mandu Mustard case goes to I can't pronounce this.
I think it's Hexner.
Hexner or
Yeah, that's
Hasana?
right.
Well, let's say Hasna.
Well, I guess I'm wrong. Apparently, it's Hasna Solu, so my bad. I apologize. From Facebook. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, like you just got informed.
I thought it was a gamer tag, but I apologize for that. I'm pretty bad with names. But anyway, congratulations. This is an assorted mustard case for all your mustard case needs, I guess.
Yes. Yes. As Mooney has secondly put it, congratulations, Hexner, and be proud of yourself.
Hey, come on, don't say that. They're gonna hate me for it. I'm really sorry.
I mean, hey, it's
Hasna, obviously. Maybe I'm just bad at names.
It's all about the laws. I mean, even Yube's name, it's like I don't know why we're pronouncing it with the Yube while it's obviously Yusuf or something, you know, like
Yeah.
Yasaf. Winners tonight, the lucky draw winners. You guys are the real winners, because everybody else who won tonight, they haven't won anything yet except just another beating on a Rocket League field tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow. We will catch you guys. And before we go, we're just gonna have one last look at our sponsors as well. Mooney, I'll let you do this one.
Okay, so our food partner is Manduma, right, for the assorted mustard case, and we also have Pizza Bona for the free pizzas nightly. And looking at some of our other partners, we have Print Lab, who is our print partner for these great backgrounds we have, eLife, who is the MVP sponsor, and of course we have Gizmo, who makes us look and sound good, as you tend to say. And last but not least, who can forget Dhiraagu, who makes this entire thing possible. So big thank you to them.
And here we are at the end of our second to last night here. Guys, I don't think I'll be able to sleep tonight. And so please forgive me if you see me with a little bit more of my my under eye going like, woo, bags upon my dark circles, man. All right. It was a fun night. and I hope to catch everyone here tomorrow. Let's get those viewer numbers up, guys, and we'll see what we can do. And if you want us to do something funky tomorrow night, now is the time to tell us. Comment, like tag us on stuff, get your friends involved, see what the hype is. Who knows? Who knows? We are already visible on the Stelco like big TV right there on the like on Bortakur Farnamago as well. They show the highlights.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Let's see if they can watch it live. Who knows?
Yeah, that will be great, right?
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I will see you tomorrow.
Wambade. Kochi bedumman 2GB nuye. Libe 3GB data. Then ingunna ve skolen je bema voice minutes kolaka. Ege tere SMS kole ve satta de. Data voice minutes. Te SMS. Hello. Ko streaming na 1GB watta de. And ya edu kolla chat kolla ves GB. Social media ves GB kole watta de.
Prepaid combo ellu bidanata.
Tihuriya hunnane meega.
Mihar wakiwakin echi negumaware combo plan nagala masari. Data, voice, adi SMS ivene combo plans meege turu chat, stream, adi social media balala free data.
Asungata combo masalewan.
Prepaid combo plan activate kuran Dhiraagu app download kala.